Chapter 1077. Go to hell. With a flash of demonic light, the demonic ape flew out of the earth. Not injured in the slightest, it exudes a fierce aura. With a step, it crossed hundreds of kilometers and brandished the 100,000-meter-long magic stick, which contains the essence of power, and slammed towards Yang Feng. Unfortunately, most of my power has been sealed. Otherwise, that slap just now would have quelled it. However, this demonic ape has some skill, for it wasn't seriously injured. Amazing! Treading on air, Yang Feng, like an invincible transcendent, slapped the huge magic stick. The huge magic wand, which contained the profound meaning of power, crumbled in an instant, turning into countless fragments and disappearing. Yang Feng extended his hand, and queer forces turned into rune chains that stabbed into the sky. The fearsome demonic ape shrank inch by inch and turned into a palm-sized doll that fell into Yang Feng's hand. The phantom ruler suddenly appeared, and countless runes turned into tentacles that stabbed into the demonic ape and suppressed it. That's one of the 5 demon monarchs, the violent demonic ape monarch. How could one of the most fearsome demon monarchs be suppressed so easily? Who is that person? How could he be so terrifying? That's the violent demonic ape monarch, a tier 10 powerhouse. How come he couldn't even block a single move? When the experts in the holy capital's Dantavina city saw this scene, they were all dumbfounded and broke out into discussion. The violent demonic ape monarch is a peerless powerhouse on par with the Blaze monarch, yet such a powerhouse was easily suppressed by Yang Feng. This kind of battle prowess is simply heaven-defying. Dumbfounded, the Blaze monarch looked at Yang Feng incredulously. So strong. Who is this Yang Feng? How can he be so heaven-defying? Originally, the Blaze monarch only regarded Yang Feng as a relatively powerful tier 9 powerhouse. But the strength Yang Feng displayed now is enough to crush him. In the distance, boundless demonic chi surged, and a great rock with a wingspan of 10,000 meters, enveloped in a thick layer of demonic chi, flapped its wings and turned into a beam of demonic light, flying into the distance. With a flap of its wings, it traveled thousands of kilometers. Yang Feng said lightly, "Since you're here, don't leave." The phantom ruler opened a phantom eye and looked at the demonic rock in the distance. Countless runes emerged, and phantom force passed through the void and silently entered the demonic rocks. The rock flapped its wings again and flew to in front of Yang Feng, a vacant look in its eyes. Transparent tentacles extended from the phantom ruler's body and pierced into the demonic rock's body, suppressing it. Demonic Rock King. He was the fastest demon king in the world. That was the demon king who claimed to be the fastest in the world. No one could catch up to him. How could this be? Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's our human race's fortune to have hidden such a terrifying expert. When the human race experts in Dantavina city saw this, traces of excitement appeared in their eyes. After the shock in the Blaze monarch's eyes faded, a trace of worry welled up inside him. Looking at Yang Feng, Avnia's beautiful eyes sparkled with hope. So strong, this is the man I'm destined to be. He's really strong. Avnia is a prophet. She has long foreseen that she will encounter great danger and her future lover on the way to Dantavina city. The person who will save her is her destined lover. It is because of this that Avnia looked at Yang Feng in a new light and invited him into her luxurious carriage to spend time with him. Let's go. A rainbow appeared at the feet of Yang Feng and Avnia. The supreme infinity warlock rank existences of the major forces he captured were hung below the rainbow like gourds. The rainbow shook slightly and extended into the distance. The Blaze monarch said loudly, "Yang Feng, I am the Blaze monarch. Please come to Dantavina city." The rainbow, however, went straight into the sky and disappeared. There was no response. When the Blaze monarch saw this, he frowned deeply, and deep worry welled up inside him. Azure Star's headquarters. A rainbow flew over from afar and landed outside Azure Star's headquarters. Yang Feng ordered flatly, "Demonic ape, break the Azure Star for me." "My lord." The violent demonic ape monarch, who has been completely eroded by the phantom ruler, saluted Yang Feng respectfully, and then turned into a peerless demonic ape with an indomitable spirit. With a huge magic stick in hand, he slammed it towards the azure star. That terrifying rod shadow suppressed everything, even the stars could be destroyed with a single strike. Rays of azure starlight shone and formed a blue barrier around the azure star. Boom! When the huge magic stick slammed into the azure star, countless specks of light and starlight interweaved and cancelled each other out, setting off fearsome ripples on the blue shield. Violent demonic ape monarch, Azure Star has no enmity with you. Why did you come to attack Azure Star? Do you demons want to have an irreconcilable enmity with Azure Star? A world-shaking roar came from inside the Azure Star. Azure Monarch, you old dog, you dare to send someone to assassinate my master Yang Feng. You deserve to die. Go to hell. The violent demonic ape king let out a furious roar as it waved its incomparably huge magic wand and struck the Azure Star again and again, causing ripples to appear on the Azure Star. The Azure Monarch's bewildered voice came from inside the Azure Star. Yang Feng? Is it the Yang Feng who sheltered Evonia? Isn't he a human? How did he become your master? The Sky Demonic Rock Monarch volunteered to fight. How can an ant like you understand my master's greatness? Master, please let me go and destroy the Azure Star. Yang Feng uttered flatly, stand by and watch. Don't let him escape. If it was elsewhere, Yang Feng would be able to destroy the Azure Star with a slap with his Holy Spirit Warlock rank power, and the Azure Monarch would be able to squash him to death. However, most of Yang Feng's power is fighting against the power of the Wing of Eternity inside him, and his strength has declined greatly. Otherwise, he wouldn't have to use the Phantom Ruler to capture the Sky Demonic Rock Monarch. The Sky Demonic Rock Monarch replied respectfully, yes, Master. Inside the Azure Star, the Azure Monarch looked up at the sky and felt a chill in his heart. Where did that guy come from? To be able to subdue two demon monarchs. That's heaven-defying. Whether it is the violent demonic ape monarch or the Sky Demonic Rock Monarch, they are unruly and peerless powerhouses. Such peerless powerhouses won't submit to others. But now they have submitted to Yang Feng, which gave the Azure Monarch a chill in his heart. With his hands behind his back, Yang Feng looked at the Azure Star like a god and said flatly, Azure Monarch, I'll give you a chance. Submit to me and work for me, or you'll die. The Azure Monarch spoke in a tone that was neither servile nor overbearing. Yang Feng, for my Azure Star to have an inheritance of more than 100,000 years in this world, what great storms and waves has it not seen? Once, 5 Tier 10 powerhouses besieged my Azure Star, but they were all killed by my Azure Star. Let's write off the past, what do you think? Then go to hell. Spatial fluctuations gushed out from Yang Feng, and a swarm of dazzling light units flew out and formed a terrifying mechanical legion. The area outside the Azure Star was quickly filled with countless dazzling light units. The 3,000 dazzling rulers resonated in an instant, and the dazzling light units increased their fighting strength and extended their primary artillery. With a flash of light, the dazzling light unit legion's main cannon turned into a terrifying torrent that blasted towards the Azure Star. The Azure Star burst out with dazzling starlight, and a star boundary suddenly appeared, as if there are countless blue stars shining inside. When the beam from the dazzling light unit's primary artillery slammed into the blue boundary, it pierced through the boundary, and then slammed into the celestial body of the star. Along with an earth-shaking scream, the Azure Star was pierced through, and more than half of it was destroyed. Yang Feng, let's perish together. The Azure Monarch flew out from the Azure Star, his face twisted like a devil. With a wave of his hand, a skeleton exuding immortal might suddenly appeared, blurred into motion, turned into countless mysterious runes, and entered the Holy Spirit Warlock rank skeleton. Wisps of terrifying saintly might emanated from the Azure King's body. The Azure Monarch looked at Yang Feng with a twisted expression and uttered frigidly, Yang Feng, this is my Azure Star's strongest trump card, the Holy Corpse. This is the corpse of a holy who surpassed the limits of the Tier 10 and broke the world barrier. You forced me to use the Holy Corpse. In any case, you're dead today. No one can save you. Yang Feng uttered with a faint smile, it seems that my luck is pretty good. to be able to harvest a holy corpse. Okay, come out, don't waste the power of the holy corpse. The phantom rulers suddenly appeared and glanced at the Azure Monarch with the phantom eye. Phantom force enveloped the Azure Monarch, and the Azure Monarch separated from the holy corpse inch by inch. Transparent tentacles suddenly appeared and pierced into the Azure King's body, directly corroding and sealing him. The Azure Star was destroyed just like that? How is this possible? When the experts who were hanging behind the rainbow saw this, their hearts were filled with shock. They were dumbfounded and couldn't believe their eyes. Chapter 1078. The Azure Star is an evil force of the human race, and its strength is terrifying. 5 Tier 10 powerhouses once besieged the Azure Star, yet they were still killed by the Azure Star using its underlying strength. The Azure Star, one of the few major forces of the Roland continent, was wiped out by Yang Feng like an ant. This is simply shocking. Yang Feng scanned the Supreme Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses of the 8 major forces with his gaze and said coldly, "I need some servants and minions to serve me. Do you choose to submit to me, or do you choose to die?" A handsome Supreme Infinity Warlock rank powerhouse with short green hair knelt on the ground and said respectfully, "Bone Chicken is willing to serve you, sir. Black Blade is willing to serve you, sir." Without hesitation, the Supreme Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses of the 8 major forces knelt down and surrendered. Even a terrifying force like the Azure Star was wiped out by Yang Feng. Forces that don't even have a Warlock Monarch rank powerhouse are not Yang Feng's opponent. Swallow them, and then go back to integrate your forces and act as my eyes and ears. Yang Feng flicked his finger, and 8 metal spheres flew in front of the 8 Supreme Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses. At a glance, the powerhouses of the 8 major forces can tell that the 8 metal spheres are Yang Feng's means of controlling them. As ambitious and ruthless characters, they understand that they are meat on the chopping block, so they swallowed the 8 metal spheres decisively. Yang Feng waved his hand and said, "Let's go." Master. 8 rays of light flashed, and the 8 Supreme Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses turned into 8 streams of light and disappeared. Yang Feng spread the fingers of a hand, and a beautiful and luxurious palace appeared in the void. He took Evonia's little hand and entered the palace. Azure Monarch, hand over all the cultivation secret methods you have mastered. Sitting on a luxurious bed with Evonia in his arm, Yang Feng looked at the Azure Monarch and uttered flatly. In Yang Feng's eyes, the Azure Monarch, who has been eroded by the Phantom Ruler, is just a prop. If it wasn't for the fact that the Azure Monarch still has some use, he would have been killed by Yang Feng. "Yes, Master." The Azure Monarch put on a helmet and let the helmet read the information of various secret methods in his heads. Yang Feng's eyes suddenly lit up, and he revealed a smile. Star Imperishable Body. This secret technique was not bad. If the star seal inside is integrated with my secret technique, it can strengthen my physical strength by 10%. After reaching the Holy Spirit Warlock rank, it is very difficult to make progress. Moreover, the fleshly body of Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses is the immortal body, which is full of mysteries and mysteries. It is even more difficult to evolve it. Most Holy Spirit Warlocks will try their best to improve their cultivation base. After their cultivation base is strengthened, their fleshly body will also be nourished by powerful life force and become stronger. The secret methods cultivated by the Roland Plains powerhouses are very mysterious, which are beneficial to the strengthening of the fleshly body of Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. This is why it attracted Yang Feng's attention. Yang Feng glanced at the violent Ape Demon Monarch and the Sky Demon Rock Monarch and said lightly, "Hand over all your secret methods." Master. The 2 powerhouses also put on their helmets and handed over the secret techniques they had memorized. After Yang Feng saw the secret methods of the 2 powerhouses, his eyes lit up and revealed a scorching shade. Wonderful, really wonderful. The secret methods of this plane have a miraculous effect on strengthening the fleshly body. If I can practice all the secret methods I have mastered, my fleshly body will be strengthened by at least 20%. If I can master all the secret methods of this plane, my fleshly body may be strengthened by more than 50%. Ever since Yang Feng cultivated the eternal imperishable body and formed the time-devour body, his fleshly body has been far stronger than that of powerhouses of the same rank. If his fleshly body is strengthened by more than 50%, it will be simply shocking. Yang Feng asked lightly, "Azure Monarch, why do you want to fight over Ephnia?" There was a flash of curiosity in Ephnia's beautiful eyes. Although she has the title of prophet, but she doesn't have the ability to use prophecy. As a result, her prophecies are completely random. The Tier 9 and Tier 10 powerhouses have actually fought over Ephnia, and even besieged one of the 3 human hero lords, the Blaze Monarch. Even Iphonia was confused, not knowing what had gone wrong. "Master, the Roland Continent's gate of heaven fate that only opens once every 50,000 years is about to open. Only the blood of someone with guardian bloodline can open the gate of heaven fate and enter it. In the gate of heaven fate, there are countless mysterious secret texts. Legend has it that there are even holy grade secret texts that can break through this world's boundary. Ifria possesses the bloodline of a protector. She is one of the 3 pure-blooded protector bloodlines in this world," the Azure King said respectfully. Yang Feng's eyes lit up and flashed with excitement. Holy grade secret text? Although the secret methods of the Roland Continent can't compare to the Tsangji Plains Empyrean grade secret texts. However, many secret methods have a miraculous effect on strengthening the fleshly body. If the violent ape monarch's fleshly body hadn't been blessed by runes and become extremely strong, at the time, Yang Feng would have smashed him into minced meat with a slap. The holy grade secret texts of the Gate of Heaven Fate naturally have a great attraction for Yang Feng, surpassing even that of many Empyrean grade secret texts. Yang Feng pondered for a while and then asked, "How many days until the Gate of Heaven Fate opens?" The Azure Monarch replied respectfully, "In 5 days, the Gate of Heaven Fate will officially open." Yang Feng pondered for a while and then uttered lightly, "In 5 days? Time is a bit tight. Forget it. Let's let them be happy for a while." If the Gate of Heaven Fate opened in a year or 2, Yang Feng plans to suppress the entire Roland continent and kill all enemies who refuse to obey him. However, since the Gate of Heaven Fate will open in 5 days, Yang Feng gave up the plan to flatten the demons and humans for now. The Holy Capital, the Divine Force City, in a back garden, a handsome man in white sitting on a soft recliner looked at a dozen-plus girls dancing in front of him with a smile. A bright world warlock rank powerhouse in black stepped into the back garden, came to the handsome man, and said respectfully, "Your Majesty Giant Monarch, this subordinate has an important matter to report." The Giant Monarch frowned slightly and said in an unkind tone, "Would you came to disturb me at this time? There should be something important, speak." Wood said in a trembling voice, "A day ago, outside the holy capital Dantaverna city, a powerhouse who calls himself Yang Feng killed the Bloody Skull Order's Bloody Prince and the Azure Star's #1 Heavenly General Dan Xing in one fell swoop, and quelled the powerhouses of the Black Circle, the Doomsday Serpent, the Terror Flood Dragon, the Black Mountain, the Demonic Wind Sea, the Sky Origin Bone, the Black Edge, and the Red Sea. The violent Demonic Ape Monarch and the Demonic Rock Monarch of the Demons were also quelled and captured." The Giant Monarch was taken aback at first, and then his eyes were suddenly enveloped by endless shock. All the carelessness faded away, and his eyes filled with graveness. He stared at Wood and said solemnly, "How is this possible? Are you sure the information is correct?" Wood's voice was a bit hoarse, and he said with a bitter smile, "Your Majesty, I have confirmed the information 10 times. It is absolutely true." The Giant Monarch asked, "Is he a human or a demon?" Yang Feng, "Is he a human or a demon?" Wood replied, "Human." A dignified look in his eyes, the Giant Monarch uttered unhurriedly, "Fortunately, it hasn't reached the worst stage. However, the situation isn't optimistic." A piece of jade flickered in front of the Giant Monarch, and he pressed it. Red light suddenly appeared in front of the Giant Monarch and formed a tall and burly middle-aged man exuding a domineering aura. The Giant Monarch asked solemnly, "Black Dragon Monarch, why are you looking for me?" The Black Dragon Monarch was the leader of the 3 human hero monarchs and the most powerful human hero monarch. The Black Dragon Monarch asked with a dignified expression, "Have you heard about Yang Feng?" The giant monarch replied unhurriedly, "I have. If the legend is true, then I'm not his opponent." The black dragon monarch uttered, "I think we should join forces." The giant monarch was silent for a while, and then nodded, saying, "Okay. We'll take the blaze monarch with us." The black dragon monarch spoke, "The blaze monarch has agreed to form an alliance with us." Each of the three hero monarchs was a lofty and insufferably arrogant powerhouse. But under the terrifying pressure from Yang Feng, they finally chose to join forces. The news of the battle outside the holy capital Dantavina city quickly spread throughout the Roland continent. The top powerhouses of the Roland continent all know that a powerhouse named Yang Feng appeared out of nowhere, defeated 10 major forces by himself, and quelled 2 demon monarchs. In the depths of the demon race's holy land, the demonic mountain range, in a valley shrouded in endless demonic chi, a copious amount of demonic chi has formed a sea of demonic chi. In the center of the sea of demonic chi, there is a black demonic egg inscribed with countless mysterious runes suspended in the air. Bursts of heartbeats erupted from the demonic egg and set off waves in the sea of demonic chi. 3 warlock monarch-rank demons shrouded in demonic chi walked out of the sea of demonic chi. The 3 demon monarchs are the 3 recognized demon monarchs in the outside world: the Black Corpse Demon Monarch, the Deadwood Demon Monarch, and the Black Moon Demon Monarch. The Black Corpse Demon Monarch looks like a skinny corpse. Devil King Kumu was a tall and sturdy figure, but his head was withered and dry. He was an extremely strange existence. The Black Moon Demon Monarch is a handsome man with a mysterious rune engraved on his forehead. Treading on a sea of demonic chi, the 3 demon monarchs arrived in front of the demonic egg. In a hoarse voice, the Black Corpse Demon Monarch said with difficulty, "Great Black Sky Demon Monarch, a powerhouse named Yang Feng was born in the human race, and he quelled the violent Ape Demon Monarch and the Sky Demon Rock Monarch in one fell swoop. Please come out into the world and kill him." The Great Black Sky Demon Monarch is the most powerful existence in the demon race. Even if the 5 demon monarchs join forces, they may not be the opponent of the Great Black Sky Demon Monarch. He is one of the underlying forces of the demon race. Chapter 1079. A cold and ruthless voice came from the demonic egg. "If the violent ape demonic monarch and the demonic rock monarch are dead, then so be it. What does it have to do with me?" Each fiend race powerhouse's strength was extremely terrifying, but they often fought each other endlessly, with civil war happening repeatedly. This is why they are in a deadlock with the humans. In terms of strength alone, the overall strength of the demons exceeds that of the humans by more than a notch. The other 3 demon monarchs frowned slightly. The Black Moon Monarch uttered with a smile, "Great Black Sky Monarch, the gate of heaven fate is about to appear. We already have the bloodline of a pure-blood guardian in our hands. As long as you agree to join forces with us to kill Yang Feng, let's explore the gate of heaven fate together. Since Yang Feng is protecting Evonia, it must be for the gate of heaven fate. When the time comes, let's join forces and kill him. How about it?" The black demonic egg trembled slightly, and countless black threads flew out, and a demon monarch with a pair of bull horns on the head, countless runes engraved all over his body, a malevolent face, and demonic chi churning around him and distorting the void slowly emerged. This demon monarch is the #1 demon powerhouse, the Great Black Sky Monarch. He is recognized as the #1 demon powerhouse. If it weren't for the various trump cards of the human powerhouses, the demons would have already been unified by the Great Black Sky Monarch. When the 3 demon monarchs saw the Great Black Sky Monarch, their eyes shimmered with apprehension, and they stood closer to each other. The Great Black Sky Monarch glanced at the 3 demon monarchs and said with a ferocious smile, "Okay, when we get to the gate of heaven fate, I'll eat him." 5 days later, in the Roland Plain, in a vast desert. At this time, tall mountains and strange stars appeared in the desert that used to be devoid of people, completely changing the terrain of the desert. It was as if there was an invisible thread dividing the desert into 2. One side was filled with human race experts, while the other side was filled with devil race experts. The 2 sides stared at each other coldly, and fearsome killing intent permeated between them. The humans and demons are the two overlords of the Roland continent. For the sake of hegemony, they have been fighting each other for more than 10,000 years. There is an irreconcilable blood feud between the two sides. However, under the restraint of the various powerhouses, the human clan and the devil clan barely managed to maintain a peaceful situation. After all, no one wanted to miss the peerless opportunity to open the gate of heavenly fortune. A ray of light flashed, and a burly man with a gourd on his back flew over from afar. "Crimson Flame Traveler, you're here?" A voice came from a mountain that was filled with a sacred aura. The man with the gourd on his back stepped on the air and flew to the top of the mountain, standing beside the two experts. The Crimson Flame Traveler spoke. "Lady Ivy, Lord of the Great Mountain, you've arrived so quickly," a 2-meter-tall bald giant said. "Since the Flame King has summoned me, I naturally wouldn't dare to not come." "Aren't you here too?" Scarlet Flame Walker forced a smile and said, "I really didn't want to come. However, the Flame King summoned me, so I had to come." The beautiful Ivy lady with long jade-green hair asked curiously, "Why?" "Scarlet Flame Traveler, don't you want to enter the gate of heavenly fortune?" The Scarlet Flame Traveler heaved a long sigh, saying, "Haven't you heard that not long ago, Yang Feng suppressed the Azure Star's 10 major forces and the 2 demon monarchs? With him around, how can other people meddle in the gate of heavenly fortune?" Yang Feng. The countenances of Lady Ivy and the Mountain Lord changed dramatically when they heard that. There were countless eyewitnesses to the battle in the holy capital Pilvina City. Yang Feng's fame has spread throughout the Roland continent. Those ordinary people, who haven't reached the level of an ordinary person, naturally don't know of Yang Feng's fame. But an Infinity Warlock rank expert like Lady Ivy naturally knows how terrifying Yang Feng is. Lady Ivy hesitated for a moment, and then said, "Yang Feng is a human powerhouse, after all. He may let us in." The Scarlet Flame Traveler smiled bitterly. "I hope so." The Scarlet Flame Traveler looked into the distance. The Flame Monarch, the Giant Strength Monarch, the Black Dragon Monarch, they're here. A burning star tore through the sky and descended from the sky. At the top of the star stands a person who is the Flame Monarch. 18 1,000-meter-tall beautiful Infinity Warlock rank female giants are carrying a luxurious litter inlaid with countless treasures of heaven and earth. Aboard the litter, a dozen-plus stunning women are scrambling to court one person. That person is the Giant Force Monarchs. 9 supreme Infinity Warlock rank flood dragons pulled a bronze chariot across the sky. On the bronze chariot, there is a person sitting, who is the Black Dragon Monarch. When the human 3 hero monarchs appeared, fearsome breaths swept in all directions, and the complexion of the demon powerhouses on the other side changed dramatically. The Flame Monarch is eternal and immortal. The Giant Strength Monarch is eternal and immortal. When the 3 hero kings of the human race appeared out of nowhere, earth-shattering cheers immediately sounded from below. Among the humans, there are still old monsters comparable to warlock monarchs like the Azure Star Monarch. However, these old monsters hide in the dark and manipulate everything. The 3 hero monarchs are peerless monarchs who led the humans to fight against the demons. If it weren't for the 3 hero monarchs leading and protecting the humans like pillars, the humans would have been wiped out by the demons long ago. Standing loftily in the void, the 3 hero monarchs looked at the demon powerhouses with cold eyes. Wherever their gazes fell, the demon powerhouses lowered their heads, not daring to look them in the eye. The void suddenly twisted slightly, and a huge hole appeared. Endless demonic chi gushed out of the black hole and formed a sea of demonic chi in the void. Wherever the sea of demonic chi passed, everything was transformed into demonic earth. Above the sea of demonic chi, there are 4 people standing loftily. They are the 4 demon monarchs. The Great Black Moon Monarch is eternal and immortal. The Great Black Corpse Monarch is eternal and immortal. Earth-shattering cheers erupted in the devilish camp as well. 4 streams of demonic chi that seemed to be able to suppress the world gushed out from the sea of demonic chi and completely suppressed the breaths of the human 3 hero monarchs. The Great Black Heaven's demonic king is here as well. When the 3 hero monarchs saw the Great Black Heaven's demonic king in the sea of demonic chi, their faces changed greatly. Among the humans and demons, the Great Black Heaven's demonic king is definitely one of the best. Only by relying on some trump cards can the three hero monarchs make the Great Black Heaven's demonic king somewhat apprehensive. If they don't use their trump cards, the three hero monarchs may not be the Great Black Heaven's demonic king's match even if they join forces. The Great Black Heaven's demonic king glanced at the Black Dragon Monarch and said with a cold smile, "Black Dragon Monarch, you still haven't made any progress. You're too distracted by mundane matters. 5,000 years ago, you pressed down on me and I couldn't breathe. 3,000 years ago, you could only stand on equal footing with me. 1,000 years ago, you weren't my match. Now, I'm afraid you can't even withstand 100 moves from me." The faces of the three hero monarchs changed slightly. The Black Dragon Monarch is a veteran powerhouse among the three hero monarchs, as well as the strongest powerhouse among them. Currently, he isn't a match for the Great Black Heaven's demonic king within 100 moves. From this, it can be seen how terrifying the Great Black Heaven's demonic king is. The Black Dragon Monarch uttered calmly, "Great Black Heaven's demonic king, I'm indeed not your opponent. However, there are many powerhouses among us humans. Not long ago, Yang Feng appeared out of nowhere and easily suppressed the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarch. I think he should be much stronger than you." The Great Black Heaven's demonic king licked his lips with his barbed tongue and said with a ferocious smile, "Yang Feng? When he comes, I'll eat him. Since he's so powerful, his flesh must be delicious. A good-for-nothing like you wants to attack me?" A calm voice sounded like thunder in the void. Many demon powerhouses with low cultivation bases felt a stifling sensation in their chests and spat out a large mouthful of blood. In the sky, sacred light shone, and 9 pure white Pegasi pulling a golden chariot galloped over from the horizon. In front of the golden chariot, there is a pair of beautiful twins with bright world warlock rank fluctuations of power acting as the chariot's chariot. The two people sitting on the golden chariot are Yang Feng and Avnia. The Violent Ape Demon King and the Heavenly Rock Demon King were like servants, standing respectfully behind the golden chariot, following it closely. "Yang Feng is here. That's Yang Feng. He's the Yang Feng who easily suppressed the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarch. That's the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarch. They were subdued by Yang Feng." How is that possible? With how proud and powerful the two demon monarchs were, how could they be subdued by Yang Feng? That's impossible. Gazes full of shock focused on Yang Feng, as well as the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarchs. "No, it can't be. His Majesty the Demon Lord, how could he become a human servant? How could this be?" When the demon powerhouses saw that the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarch beside Yang Feng were treated like servants, their faces filled with grief and indignation, and their minds shook. In particular, the demons directly subordinate to the Violent Ape Monarch and the Sky Rock Monarch looked like servants, and they couldn't believe their eyes. Their king is such a proud existence, yet now he has been reduced to a human servant. This is simply unbelievable. "You are Yang Feng? The skull of the last person who dared to speak to me like this has become one of my wine glasses. If you don't want to die, then kneel down and become my servant. Otherwise, I will gnaw on your flesh and tear off your skull to make it into a wine cup, becoming part of my collection." The Great Black Heavenly Demon Monarch smiled ferociously and flipped the fingers of a hand, and 3 wine glasses made of skulls suddenly appeared, each of which exudes Warlock Monarch rank fluctuations of power. Chapter 1080. Sitting on the gold chariot, Yang Feng, like an invincible transcendent, looked around and uttered coldly, "The elites of the entire Roland Plain are gathered here. Very well, I now declare that from today on, the entire Roland Plain is under my control. Anyone who resists will die." What? He wants to unify the entire Roland Plain. Is he crazy? Does he want to be an enemy of us humans and demons at the same time? Yang Feng, is he crazy? Even if he subdued the Violent Ape Demon King and the Sky Rock Demon King, he still won't be the opponent of the entire Roland Plain. The human and demon powerhouses went into an uproar. The human and demon powerhouses looked at Yang Feng as if he was a madman. If someone wants to subdue the human and demon races and unify the entire Roland plane, then they have to enter at least one race, expand their network, form a huge force of their own, subdue a race step by step, and then defeat another race with the power of one race, and unify the Roland plane. Yang Feng, who has no foundation in the Roland plane to speak of, wants the human and demon races to submit to him. In the eyes of many powerhouses, he is simply a madman. Apart from the few monarchs of the human and demon races, every powerful force has its own underlying strength. The Great Black Sky Demon Monarch is recognized as the #1 powerhouse of the Roland plane, yet he still hasn't unified the human and demon races. From this, it can be seen how difficult it is to unify a plane. The pupils of the Black Dragon Monarch and the other 2 human hero monarchs constricted slightly, and they remained silent. The Blaze Monarch looked at Yang Feng in the sky and smiled helplessly. Sure enough, he wants to unify the Roland plane. At the time, after the battle in the holy capital Pilvina city, the Blaze Monarch felt a vague sense of danger. Yang Feng's strength is too heaven-defying, far beyond that of ordinary warlock monarchs. The Violent Ape Demon King and the Sky Rock Demon King are peerless powerhouses on par with the Blaze Monarch. Yet, such powerhouses were casually quelled by Yang Feng. With such heaven-defying strength, it would be strange if Yang Feng didn't want to unify the Roland plane. The Roland plane is a Grade 3 plane, second only to the 36 primary material planes, and has abundant resources. If the resources of the Roland plane are gathered together, even Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses will be tempted. The reason why the 8 Warlock dynasties were able to suppress the world and produce Holy Spirit Warlocks in every era is because they colonized countless planes and plundered countless resources. Otherwise, with the underlying strength of a plane, the Zhangji plane would not be able to support the birth of so many Holy Spirit Warlocks. Arrogant, Yang Feng, this is the first time I've seen such an arrogant human. Since that's the case, go to hell. A ferocious look flashed in the eyes of the Major Mahakala Demon King. He suddenly exploded, and countless curse seals appeared. Terrifying dark esoteric burst forth, and a Mahakala world that covered the heavens and the earth slowly unfolded, covering the sky and sun. The Mahakala world constructed from the essence of darkness has incredible power. Once someone enters it, they will be deprived of their 5 senses and extinguished. Even Warlock Monarch rank powerhouses are no exception. In the Roland plane, any Warlock Monarch rank powerhouse facing this move of the Great Black Sky Evil Monarch will flee desperately or use their trump cards to fight to the death. That's the Mahakala Demon King's Mahakala world. It can suppress Tier 10 powerhouses. At the time, the Major Mahakala Demon King relied on this spell to defeat all the experts in the world. He killed the #1 human powerhouse, the Black Rock Monarch. Even if the 3 Tier 10 powerhouses join forces, they won't be the opponent of the Mahakala world. Excited voices rang out from the devil race. Even among the humans, there are many powerhouses who want to see Yang Feng killed by the Mahakala world. You have some skill. However, that's all you have. Take your own life. Sitting on the gold chariot, Yang Feng, who looks like a god ruling the world, is calm and tranquil, as if he just said a sentence. That bizarre and distorted phantom dominator suddenly appeared. It opened a phantom eye and locked onto the Major Mahakala Demon King. A strange, colorless, and invisible illusory light shone on the great black heavenly demonic monarch. The insufferably arrogant Major Mahakala Demon King's eyes turned misty, and countless runes appeared in his eyes. He joined his hands together, and the Mahakala world disappeared at once. Under the watchful eyes, the Major Mahakala Demon King raised his hand and slapped his head. Fearsome demonic light shone, and he shattered his fleshly body and extinguished his soul. He killed himself. The Major Mahakala Demon King actually killed himself. How is this possible? Whether it is humans or demons, their teeth chattered, and their eyes filled with fear and incredulity. The Major Mahakala Demon King is recognized as the #1 powerhouse of the Roland plane. Humans and demons only have some underlying strength obtained from immemorial relic sites that can threaten his life. Yet such a peerless powerhouse killed himself with just a few words from Yang Feng. This is simply despairing and frightening. The Black Moon Demon King was stunned, his eyes shimmered with fear, his body trembled, and cold sweat emerged on his back. So scary. This is Yang Feng. Too scary. The strength of the major Mahakala Demon King is heaven-defying. Even when the 5 demon monarchs joined forces and coupled with their underlying strength, they were barely able to suppress him. For such a heaven-defying powerhouse to die silently like this, Yang Feng's means shocked the Black Moon Demon King, who has always been unbridled, and his heart filled with fear. You guys, surrender or die. Sitting in the gold chariot, Yang Feng, who looks like a god who dominates the life and death of all living beings, glanced at the 3 demon monarchs and said coldly, "The 3 demon monarchs are apex existences of the Roland Plain." When they were glanced at by Yang Feng, cold sweat flowed down their backs and fear filled their bodies. "We demons will never yield. Yang Feng, let's perish together." The eyes of the Black Corpse Demon King shimmered fiercely, countless mysterious runes appeared all over him, and wisps of immortal might diffused from him. The skin of the Black Corpse Demon King, who originally looked like a skeleton, was full of vitality, black hair grew on his shoulders, and he turned from a skeleton into a peerlessly handsome man exuding immortal might. The Black Corpse Demon King is a holy rank corpse that has developed wisdom and advanced to a Tier 10 powerhouse. Once he goes all out and burns the remnant holy blood inside him, he can erupt with terrifying might that can seriously injure or even kill the major Mahakala Demon King. However, once the Black Corpse Demon King transforms into this form, he can only fight for less than a minute at most before he is burned by the holy blood and turned into a pile of ashes. "Go to hell, Yang Feng!" The Black Corpse Devil Monarch bellowed, opened his mouth, and a corpse devil ray that could defile, corrode, and destroy everything shot towards Yang Feng. Yang Feng uttered with an indifferent smile, "A holy rank corpse that has developed wisdom and advanced to a Tier 10 powerhouse. Is this your trump card? An ant is just an ant after all. Take your own life as well." The spectral ruler behind Yang Feng shone, and phantom eyes suddenly appeared and looked at the Black Corpse Demon King. Wisps of phantom force enveloped the Black Corpse Demon King. The Black Corpse Demon King trembled, countless runes appeared in his eyes, and he opened his mouth and inhaled the corpse devil ray back into his abdomen. "Holy rank corpse is useful to me. You can become my material." Yang Feng tossed a sealed coffin, and it landed in front of the Black Corpse Demon King. His face expressionless, the Black Corpse Demon King threw himself into the sealed coffin. Countless runes appeared and sealed him, and then flew into Yang Feng's hand. The corpse of a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse is also a precious material to refine spring of immortality. However, no matter which universe it is, Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses are the absolute upper echelon of a territory. Few people can kill them and use them as materials to refine spring of immortality. Whether it is Holy Spirit Warlocks, Warlock Emperors, or Eternal Sovereigns, every drop of their blood and every inch of their bones is a peerless medicine that is hard to find in this world. Only in the Great Tribulation will powerhouses die on a large scale, which is one of the greatest opportunities for everyone. Yang Feng looked at the demonic monarch Kumu and the Black Moon monarch with a godlike gaze, and undisguised killing intent spread in all directions. The Black Moon monarch fell from the sky, knelt on one knee, and said respectfully to Yang Feng, "Black Moon is willing to submit to your majesty and serve you to the death." The demonic monarch Kumu was only a split second late. He knelt down and said respectfully to Yang Feng, "Kumu is willing to submit to your majesty and serve you to the death." The 2 demon monarchs are well aware that if they don't know what's good for them, Yang Feng doesn't mind killing them as a warning to the 3 human monarchs. The Black Dragon is willing to submit to your majesty and serve you to the death. The Black Dragon monarch's face flickered, and he knelt down decisively and expressed his allegiance to Yang Feng. The strength displayed by Yang Feng is too heaven-defying. Even if the humans use their underlying strength, they are not Yang Feng's opponent. Moreover, the demons already have 4 demon monarchs who have become Yang Feng's subordinates. Coupled with Yang Feng's unfathomable strength, if they don't submit, they will be in danger of being wiped out immediately. The black dragon monarch is a wily old fox. Who knows how many years he has lived, and his ability to adapt to the situation is terrifying. Besides, Yang Feng is a human after all, so he doesn't have much of a psychological barrier. The giant strength monarch hesitated for a moment, then knelt on the ground with a helpless expression and said respectfully, "The giant strength monarch is willing to submit to your majesty and serve you to the death." The Inferno monarch knelt on the ground and said respectfully, "The Inferno monarch is willing to submit to your majesty and serve you to the death." The 5 monarchs knelt on the ground and expressed their allegiance. Chapter 1081. Aphnia looked at the 5 monarchs kneeling before her with a dazed look in her beautiful eyes and incredulity. "The Blaze monarch, they surrendered just like that?" Aphnia is just a moonlight warlock rank powerhouse. For her, the Blaze monarch is already a great bigwig. As for the Black Dragon monarch and the Giant Strength monarch, Aphnia grew up listening to their legends. In the legends of the humans, the Black Moon monarch and the Kumu monarch are invincible demon monarchs who have slain countless human supreme geniuses. For such legendary demon monarchs to kneel at Yang Feng's feet is simply unimaginable. "You ants, kneel down and pay respect to His Majesty." The violent ape monarch standing next to Yang Feng rolled his eyes, and a ferocious warlock monarch rank breath swept out and suppressed the world. He barked at the many human and demonic powerhouses below. As if a clap of thunder sounded in everyone's ears, many human and demonic powerhouses bled from their ears and trembled violently, demonstrating the violent ape monarch's unparalleled might. "Greetings, Your Majesty! Greetings, Your Majesty!" Most of the human and demonic powerhouses knelt on the ground and saluted Yang Feng respectfully in the sky. Since the 5 monarchs have chosen to surrender to Yang Feng, no matter what the human and demonic powerhouses think, most of them chose to surrender. However, there are still 3 people standing proudly among the human and demonic powerhouses. Without showing any weakness, they looked at Yang Feng in the sky. Of the 3, 2 are human and 1 is a demon, and they are all warlock monarch rank powerhouses. "Yang Feng, you don't have the qualifications to make me, the Dark Shadow Monarch, submit. Goodbye." A dark shadow monarch shrouded in shadows looked at Yang Feng and smiled coldly. Then, his figure fluttered, and he plunged into the shadows and jumped into the distance. A handsome, arrogant light wind king used his wind Upanishad and turned into a gust of wind, disappearing from his spot. "Yang Feng, it's impossible for you to unify the Roland Plain. As long as I, the Black Wind Demon King, am still alive, the entire demon race will never yield." A handsome demon lord with long purple hair and dressed in black armor glared at Yang Feng with an unruly expression, and then collapsed and turned into specks of black light and disappeared. The 3 warlock monarch rank powerhouses have seen Yang Feng's terror. Knowing that they are not Yang Feng's opponent, they decided to escape from here and hide in secret places, no longer meeting Yang Feng. As a grade 3 plane, the Roland continent is extremely vast. If a warlock monarch rank powerhouse wants to hide, then even a Holy Spirit warlock rank powerhouse will have a hard time finding them. A few days ago, Yang Feng gave up on suppressing the humans and demons. Instead, he chose to suppress them when the Gate of Fate opened. This was because the Gate of Heavenly Fate was filled with experts. The top experts of both the human and demon races would gather here, giving him a chance to capture them all in one fell swoop. Yang Feng uttered flatly, "In that case, the 3 of you should commit suicide." The phantom ruler behind Yang Feng opened 3 phantom eyes, and in accordance with the laws of Nether, phantom light turned into 3 phantom lights invisible to the naked eye and shot towards the 3 warlock monarch rank powerhouses. The dark shadow monarch jumped out of the shadow, countless runes appeared in his eyes, and he smiled strangely, took out a dagger, and stabbed himself in the head. Countless curses erupted from the dagger, eroded the dark shadow monarch's body and soul, and tore them to shreds. The light wind monarch suddenly jumped out of a cool breeze, countless runes appeared in his eyes, and he pointed with a finger. A huge wind blade that contained the profundities of wind descended from the sky and slashed the light wind monarch's head, splitting him in 2, and obliterating his soul. In just a breath of time, the two warlock monarch rank powerhouses committed suicide according to Yang Feng's order, causing the top powerhouses of the Roland continent to look at each other, and a chill welled up in their hearts. A black pearl flew out of the black-winged Devil King's body. It released countless runes and formed a star illusion boundary that could resist illusions. When the ghostly light hit the illusionary star barrier, the barrier set off ripples, yet it wasn't destroyed. The black bead is called Phantom God Bead. It is a bead formed from the body of an extraordinary life form called Phantom. Phantom are proficient in all kinds of illusions, and the Phantom God Bead is a supreme treasure of the illusion path. In the illusion path, it has both offense and defense. The Phantom God Bead in the Black Wind Monarch's hand is a peerless treasure he obtained from a quasi-holy step phantom. Even though the Phantom Ruler is infinitely close to the Holy Spirit Warlock rank, but he still can't destroy the Phantom God Bead's defense with one strike. Yang Feng, today's humiliation will be repaid 100-fold in the future. The eyes of the Black Wind Monarch shimmered coldly, and he faced upwards and roared, his voice shaking the world. The eyes of many demon powerhouses kneeling on the ground shimmered with enigmatic light. If Yang Feng can't kill the Black Wind Monarch, countless demons are bound to join the Black Wind Monarch in the future and contend against Yang Feng in the Roland continents. Ant, you dare to offend my dignity? Go to hell. Sitting on the gold chariot, Yang Feng sent a fist barreling with an indifferent look in his eyes. In an instant, an extremely powerful fist projection tore through the sky, passed through the void, and barreled towards the Black Wind Monarch. With a dignified look in his eyes, the Black Wind Monarch silently recited an incantation and pointed with a finger. A fearsome black storm boundary suddenly emerged from the Black Wind Monarch, and a gale rose and fearsome wind blades revolved around it. Even a quasi-holy step powerhouse would need to attack with all their strength for a period of time to tear the Black Wind boundary. When the extremely powerful fist projection slammed into the Black Wind boundary, it shattered the Black Wind boundary, and then slammed into the Black Wind Monarch without losing momentum. The Black Wind Monarch's body exploded and turned into a black mist of blood that flew into a vial in Yang Feng's hand. So scary! 2 monarchs committed suicide, and a demon monarch was blasted apart by a punch. How heaven-defying! What is the origin of this Yang Feng? How can he be so terrifying? When the human and demon powerhouses kneeling on the ground saw this scene, their hearts filled with a chill. Many of them submitted to Yang Feng as an expedient measure. Who knows what kind of wicked thoughts are swirling in their minds? Now that they saw the 3 monarchs who were unwilling to submit to Yang Feng be mercilessly killed, the human and demon powerhouses were shaken, and no one dared to jump out and suppress Yang Feng. Yang Feng swept the human and demon powerhouses kneeling on the ground with his gaze and uttered indifferently, "Get up." "Yes, Your Majesty." The human and demon powerhouses got up and looked at Yang Feng sitting inside the gold chariot with peculiar light in their eyes. Yang Feng is aware that although he has subdued the human and demon powerhouses on the surface, but in fact, there are many powerhouses of the 2 races who refuse to submit to him. However, Yang Feng isn't worried. Once he gains a foothold in the Roland Plain, the battle demon sex forces will pour into the Roland Plain and suppress the human and demon powerhouses. As long as the Warlock Monarch rank powerhouses are suppressed by Yang Feng, the rest of the powerhouses won't be able to cause any trouble. Swallow these beads, this is an order. Violators will die. Yang Feng flicked his finger, and 5 beads fell from the sky and landed in front of the 5 monarchs. The 5 monarchs are ambitious and ruthless characters. Yang Feng doesn't trust them since they chose to side with him. The complexion of the 5 monarchs changed dramatically, realizing that this is Yang Feng's method to suppress them. Once you swallow the bead, your life and death will no longer be under your control. However, more than 5 Warlock Monarch rank powerhouses have already died at Yang Feng's hands, which has greatly deterred the 5 monarchs. For a while, no one made any unusual movements. Strange ripples rose around Yang Feng, and a swarm of dazzling light units suddenly flew out and covered the sky. The dazzling light units extended countless artilleries and aimed at the human and demon powerhouses down below. Yang Feng flicked his finger, and the artillery of a dazzling light unit flashed and slammed into a mountain. Boom! With an earth-shattering bang, the mountain range artifact brought by the small human race force was directly wiped out. What terrifying destructive power! This is the destructive power of the ninth step. Those are ninth step mechanical golems. There are so many of them. The powerhouses of the human race and demon race looked at the legion of dazzling light units in the sky, which almost blotted out the sky, and their hearts chilled and their eyes filled with fear. They can see that as long as Yang Feng gives the order, the dazzling light units will be able to inflict heavy casualties on the Roland Plains elites, or even wipe them out. Yes, Your Majesty. When the Black Moon Devil King saw how terrifying the dazzling light units are, he decisively picked up a bead and swallowed it. The other 4 monarchs smiled bitterly and swallowed the bead. When the 5 monarchs swallowed the 5 beads, they fell into Yang Feng's control. There are no more variables. Yang Feng said, "It's time to open the gate of fate, Black Moon Devil King." Your Majesty! The Black Moon Devil King responded respectfully and clapped his hands, and a handsome young man with short blonde hair and a pale face was pulled out. The Black Moon Devil King sliced open the blood vessels of the Pure Blood Guardian, and a large amount of blood gushed out of the Guardian and entered the void. Chapter 1082. As soon as the blood entered the void, it distorted, and a mysterious bronze gate hidden in the void slowly emerged. Yang Feng stared at the bronze gate, countless runes appeared in his eyes, and he searched for the specific location of the Gate of Heaven Fate. If many mysterious relic sites don't appear, even Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses can't find them. But once they appear and leave traces, they will fall into the hands of peerless powerhouses. In this way, the pinnacle powerhouses of the 6 Warlock dynasties obtained the relic sites of the Eternal Sovereigns one by one using this method. Yang Feng's eyes lit up and shimmered with excitement. I can't find the source. The Gate of Heaven Fate is really amazing. I'm afraid that only Warlock Emperors or even Eternal Sovereigns can find its source. The more mysterious the Gate of Heaven Fate is, the more precious the treasures inside are, and the more Yang Feng looks forward to it. The Gate of Heaven Fate slowly opened, revealing a staircase leading to the deepest part of the gate. Holding Ivonia's little hand, Yang Feng took a step, appeared in front of the Gate of Heaven Fate, turned into a stream of light, and entered the gate. The violent ape demon monarch spread the fingers of a hand, and beads floated in the air. Powerhouses above the Tier 9 who have submitted to His Majesty can enter after swallowing this pill. The figures of the 5 monarchs who have already submitted fluttered, and they turned into streams of light and entered the Gate of Heaven Fate. When the human and demon Tier 9 powerhouses saw the beads in the sky, their countenance flickered. Everyone knows that once they swallow the beads, their life and death will be in Yang Feng's hands. Ms. Greenvine suddenly asked, "Scarlet Flame Traveler, are you going to go?" The Mountain Lord's gaze focused on the Scarlet Flame Traveler. That's right. His Majesty Yang Feng is already invincible. It's only a matter of time before he truly unifies the Roland Plain. A wise man submits to circumstances. I've always wanted to enter the Gate of Heaven Fate to see what's going on. I want to see the mysteries of the legendary Gate of Heaven Fate. Besides, since I have sworn allegiance to His Majesty Yang Feng, it doesn't matter if I hand over my life to him. The Scarlet Flame Traveler smiled calmly, turned into a flame, flew to in front of the violent ape demon monarch, took a pearl, swallowed it, and stepped into the Gate of Heavenly Fate. Seeing this, the Lord of the Mountain and Lady Ivy looked at each other. They hesitated for a while but still did not step forwards. With the Scarlet Flame Walker as an example, another 20 Type 9 powerhouses flew out and came in front of the violent ape demon king, swallowing the pearl and flying into the Gate of Heavenly Fate. All the Type 9 powerhouses of the devil race remained silent, not a single one of them stepped forward. After all, Yang Feng was a human powerhouse. He had used his peerless strength to subdue both the human and demon races. His methods were heaven-defying. However, he was, after all, a human race expert. No matter how much the demon race experts worshipped the strong, they were only convinced by his words. Many experts were restless, and their hearts were filled with other plans. As soon as he entered the Gate of Fate, Yang Feng saw a small world rich in elemental magic energy and life magic energy. Ancient and mysterious steels filled with vicissitudes of life are located in the small world, and each steel is engraved with mysterious runes. Once powerhouses below the Infinity Warlock rank see the mysterious runes, they will be eroded and devoured by the queer runes. Only peerless powerhouses above the Infinity Warlock rank can create world-shaking secret methods by looking at the mysterious and profound runes. In the Roland plane, more than 50% of the top secret methods originate from the Gate of Heavenly Fate, while 30% are new secret methods created on the basis of the Gate of Heavenly Fate. Only 20% of the secret methods are created by the peerless geniuses of the Roland plane. The steels in the Gate of Heavenly Fate are divided into 4 grades: 10 meters, 100 meters, 1,000 meters, and 10,000 meters. Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses can only comprehend 10 meters tall steels. Once they comprehend 100 meters tall steels, they won't be able to understand anything. Yang Feng glanced at the steels in the Gate of Heavenly Fate and waved his hand, and a swarm of battle robots suddenly flew out and flew towards the steels. Soon, a battle robot appeared in front of the 10 meters tall steels and scanned the mysterious runes on the steels. Once the runes on the steels were scanned, they entered the database and were analyzed by the optical computer network. The Level 6 optical computer network already possesses great holy step computing power. It can easily analyze the mysteries of the runes in a flash. As soon as the 5 monarchs entered the Gate of Heavenly Fate, they saluted Yang Feng, and then flew to the 100 meters tall steels and began to comprehend the mysteries of the steels. After the 30-plus human Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses flew into the Gate of Heavenly Fate, they chose a 10 meters tall steel and began to comprehend the mysteries of the steels. When Yang Feng strolled to the 100 meters tall steel area, his eyes suddenly lit up, and he revealed a look of excitement. There is a close connection between these runes. When the runes recorded on the steels are united, they form a world-shaking secret method comparable to an Empyrean-grade text. No, it may even surpass an Empyrean-grade text. It is an eternal text. The Level 6 optical computer network of the Shizu is extremely frightening. With great holy step computing power, it is the best auxiliary cultivation treasure in Yang Feng's possession. Among the Shizu's technology, Yang Feng attaches the most importance to the Level 6 optical computer network, and he has never stopped the construction of the Level 6 optical computer network. After the Level 6 optical computer network finished analyzing the runes on the 10 meters tall steels, it arranged them and deduced an introductory chapter of the eternal text. Yang Feng pointed with a finger, and a spring of immortality suddenly appeared. He silently recited an incantation, and countless mysterious runes flew around him. Wisps of immortal might suddenly spread from Yang Feng and spread in all directions. When the fearsome immortal might spread, it immediately alarmed the Roland Plains powerhouses inside the Gate of Heavenly Fate. The Black Moon Monarch looked at Yang Feng with shock in his eyes. This is the fluctuations of power of a legendary holy. Yang Feng, is he a legendary holy one? The Black Dragon Monarch also looked at Yang Feng, and his mind was shaken. Holy! He's a true holy. No wonder he's so powerful. But hadn't saints gone extinct since the primeval times? This world no longer allows the birth of true holy ranks, so how did he promote to a holy rank? The Blaze Monarch was also stunned. Holy rank? It's actually a holy rank. I actually saw a living holy rank. Holy rank, His Majesty Yang Feng is actually a holy rank. His Majesty Yang Feng is actually a holy rank. How is this possible? The eyes of the 30-plus human Infinity Warlock rank powerhouses filled with shock, and they cried out. In ancient times, the Roland plane was a grade 3 plane or above. However, after a slow decline and great changes in the world, it was reduced to a grade 3 plane, and it could no longer give birth to Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. Only in some relic sites can you find the remains of some Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses from ancient times. According to legend, a living Holy Spirit Warlock has the power to suppress a world by himself. To be able to suppress a Tier 10 powerhouse with a flip of his hand, his battle prowess is simply heaven-defying. The underlying strength of the Fire Monarch and the other 4 monarchs is the holy remains obtained from relic sites. The power of those holy remains is enough to seriously injure or even kill a Warlock Monarch rank powerhouse. However, in front of a true holy rank powerhouse, the holy remains can't withstand a single blow. The Roland Plains powerhouses originally had some ideas. But after sensing Yangfeng's power, they no longer dare to have any disloyal thoughts. He turned out to be a holy rank powerhouse. Only by serving him with all our strength can we survive. Otherwise, we will only be reduced to slaves. There was a flash of bitterness in the eyes of the Black Moon King, and he quickly looked around. Then, his face flickered, and he turned into a stream of light and flew towards the Gate of Fate. The Black Dragon Monarch took the Black Moon King a look, his mind revolved, his face flickered, and he blurred into motion and flew outside as well. Outside the Gate of Heavenly Fortune, a black light flashed, and the Black Moon Devil King flew out from the Gate of Heavenly Fortune, appearing above the experts of the Devil race. The Black Moon King looked around, operated a secret method, and transmitted his voice to the ears of the Tier 9 demon powerhouses. All Tier 9 demon powerhouses, come out, take that elixir, swallow it, and then enter the Gate of Fates. Sir Black Moon King, please explain. If we swallow that elixir, the demons will truly fall, and there will be no hope left. A series of questioning voices came from the Devil race. The Black Moon King said coldly, His Majesty Yangfeng is a living holy rank powerhouse. The demons were silent, and incredulity shimmered in their eyes. These Infinity Warlock rank demon powerhouses are the upper echelon of the demon race. Many of them have seen the remains of Holy Spirit Warlocks. The remains of Holy Spirit Warlocks are the foundation of the demon race. A living Holy Spirit Warlock is simply unimaginable. Suddenly, light flew out, and the Black Dragon Monarch flew out of the Gate of Fate and transmitted his voice to the human powerhouses. His Majesty Yangfeng is a living holy rank powerhouse. All Tier 9 powerhouses, come out at once, swallow the elixir, and enter the Gate of Fate. We humans must not lose to the demons. A look of shock on her face, Ms. Greenvine's beautiful eyes shimmered with incredulity. Holy rank. He's actually a holy rank powerhouse. The face of the Mountain Lord flickered, and he blurred into motion, turned into a stream of light, and flew into the sky. In the next moment, the human and demon Tier 9 powerhouses blurred into motion, turned into streams of light, flew to in front of the violent ape demon monarch, swallowed the elixir, and stepped into the Gate of Fate. Chapter 1083. As soon as they entered the Gate of Fate, the human and demon powerhouses saw the spring of immortality floating in the void and watering Yangfeng. Countless runes emerged and formed rune rings, and fearsome holy might emanated from Yangfeng and suppressed the surroundings. Holy! He's really a holy. So he's a holy. No wonder he's so powerful. He's actually a living saint. When the human and demon powerhouses sensed the fearsome immortal might, their countenance changed dramatically, and their eyes shimmered with astonishment. Even in the universe, Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses are first-rate powerhouses, standing at the highest level of the universe. One protects a race, the other exterminates a race. Even in the Zhangji Plain, Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses are heaven-defying powerhouses. As such, the human and demon powerhouses naturally don't dare to have any disloyalty. An hour later, Yangfeng opened his mouth, and countless runes turned into a torrent that entered his body. As soon as Yangfeng opened his eyes, he revealed a smile. This secret method is really amazing. After cultivating this secret technique, my injuries can now heal at twice the speed of recovery. I wonder what kind of miraculous effect it will have when I fully practice it. Yangfeng still has origin injuries caused by the Wing of Eternal, and his soul has been injured by the Wing of Eternal spells. Even if he uses all kinds of rare treasures of heaven and earth, it will take him 10,000 years to recover. Yangfeng previously racked his brains, but to no avail. But now, Just by practicing the Gate of Fate Infinity Warlock chapter's secret method, his recovery speed has doubled, which is simply outrageous. Yang Feng took a step forward and entered the 100-meter-long stele. The number of 100-meter-long steles is 10 times less than that of the 10-meter-long stele. In front of each stele, there are battle robots scanning and analyzing the runes on the stele. The Level 6 optical computer network operated frantically and deduced the Warlock Monarch chapter's secret method. Yang Feng glanced at the secret method and operated it. Countless runes appeared, and the spring of immortality poured precious spring of immortality into his body. An even more fearsome immortal might seeped out of Yang Feng's body and pressed down on the many powerhouses present, leaving them breathless. The powerhouses stared at the countless mysterious runes floating around Yang Feng with scorching looks in their eyes. It was equivalent to Yang Feng showing them a cultivation path, which was 1,000 times more convenient than them looking at the steles themselves. A day later, Yang Feng opened his eyes, and powerful fluctuations of power exuded from him. Now that I have finished cultivating the Monarch Warlock chapter, it is time to cultivate the Holy Spirit Warlock chapter. The Warlock Monarch chapter increased my recovery speed by 50 times. If I succeed in cultivating the Holy Spirit Warlock rank cultivation method, I might be able to fully recover from my injuries. With a thought, Yang Feng scanned himself with tremendous soul force, and found that thanks to the support of countless mysterious runes, the Devour runes are devouring the green wings wrapped around his soul inch by inch. Every time the green wings are devoured, Yang Feng's essence of Devour becomes stronger by a fraction. The damage caused to Yang Feng's soul by the Wing Eternal is both a tribulation and a great opportunity for him. If Yang Feng can completely devour and refine the power of the Wing Eternal, it will bring him countless benefits, and even enhance his life essence. Yang Feng stepped in front of the 1,000-meter-tall stele. Inside the Gate of Heavenly Fate, there were only 10,000-meter-tall stone steles with mysterious runes inscribed on them. Every single rune contained earth-shattering power. Since the battle robots can't record the mysterious runes on the 1,000-meter-tall steles, they naturally can't use the Level 6 optical computer network to analyze them. These runes carry the mysteries of the universe. They are a great mysterious power. Even the Shizu battle robots can't analyze them. Amazing! Yang Feng's eyes shimmered with a scorching shade, countless mysterious runes appeared in his eyes, and he looked at the 1,000-meter-tall stele. In an instant, the 1,000-meter-tall stele radiated brilliant light, and the runes changed and evolved into a mysterious, profound, and extraordinary secret method. Yang Feng sat in front of each stele for 10 days. It took him 100 days to memorize, comprehend, and send the runes recorded on the stele to the Level 6 optical computer network for analysis. The Holy Spirit Warlock chapter is really 1,000 times more difficult than the Warlock Monarch chapter. Even a great Holy Step optical computer network cannot finish analyzing it in a short period of time. I have to memorize the last chapter, the Warlock Emperor chapter. Otherwise, there won't be enough time. Yang Feng's figure fluttered, and he came to the last 10,000-meter-tall stele of the Gate of Heaven Fates. There's nothing here. The 10,000-meter-tall stele is shrouded in a thin layer of mist. When Yang Feng came to the stele and took a look, he was shocked. There is no rune on the 10,000-meter-tall stele. No. It should require a special secret method to see the runes recorded on the stele. Yang Feng operated the secret method he just learned, and countless mysterious runes suddenly appeared and formed rune rings around him. A rune ring appeared in front of Yang Feng's eyes. Through the rune ring, he could clearly see a mysterious rune carrying the essence of a great path appear on the 10,000-meter-tall stele. When Yang Feng saw the mysterious rune, even with his Holy Spirit Warlock rank wisdom, he still can't understand it. He can't engrave it in his sea of knowledge. Yang Feng looked at the mysterious rune, and his eyes shimmered with astonishment. This text is really mysterious. It's definitely an eternal text. If someone practices cultivation according to this text, they can even promote to a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. How heaven-defying! Any Empyrean grade text can only create a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. If other powerhouses don't open their own path and practice cultivation according to the Empyrean grade text, they can stop at the quasi-Empyrean realm at most, unable to advance any further. The Eternal text, however, can allow people to practice cultivation all the way to the Warlock Emperor realm. This is simply heaven-defying. However, compared to Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses who open their own path, there is a huge gap in strength between them and Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses who open their own path and integrate their essence into the universe. However, powerhouses who advance to the Warlock Emperor rank by cultivating the Eternal text are not the opponents of Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses who open their own path. Even so, this Eternal text can be rated as heaven-defying. Even Eternal Sovereign rank powerhouses will be tempted by it. It has great reference value for them. Damn it, it's hard to comprehend. Could it be that I have to wait for the next gate of heavenly fortune to open before I can comprehend this secret technique? Yang Feng operated countless secret methods in an attempt to imprint the rune, but he was unable to do so. At this moment, inside the gate of fate, steels shone brightly, and countless runes flew out and entered Yang Feng's body. Blessed by the countless mysterious runes, Yang Feng's eyes radiated mysterious light that shone on the 10,000-meter tall steels. Attracted, the mysterious rune on the 10,000-meter tall steel flew out of the steel inch by inch, turned into a golden ray, and entered Yang Feng's sea of knowledge. When the mysterious rune entered Yang Feng's sea of knowledge, it radiated resplendent light. Eternal Soul Text. A piece of information filled Yang Feng's mind, making him remember the name of this peerless text. Along with flashes of light, everyone present was teleported out of the gate of fate. Boom, boom. Along with fearsome tremors, all the steels inside the gate of fate began to shatter. Light of teleportation enveloped Yang Feng. The heavens and earth split apart, and in the deepest part of the crack, there seemed to be a golden stone tablet faintly discernible, emanating traces of an eternal aura. When Yang Feng saw the golden steel, his eyes shimmered with enigmatic light, and his heart filled with longing. That's a flawless eternal treasure. If Yang Feng can get his hands on a flawless eternal treasure, then once he advances to a Warlock Emperor in the future, he will become a terrifying figure comparable to the 7 invincible Warlock Emperors of the human race. However, every single one of those eternal treasures was heaven-defying and extremely rare. Moreover, most of them have artifact spirits and are extremely arrogant. Even Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses can hardly obtain their recognition. If it wasn't for the fact that the God Bones Fortress, an eternal treasure that is on the verge of collapse and is inferior to a flawless Empyrean grade secret treasure, it would never have recognized Yang Feng as its master. Recognize me as your master, and I will give you supreme glory and help you advance further and become stronger. Yang Feng operated a secret method, pierced the void with a thought, and entered the gold steel. However, the golden tablet was like a dead object. It did not move at all as it stood quietly in the void. With a flash of light, the gate of fate collapsed, and Yang Feng was teleported to the gate of fate. It's a pity that it's a flawless eternal treasure. Regret flashed in Yang Feng's eyes, and then the corners of his mouth rose into a smile. The harvest this time is not small. With the eternal soul law, I can take another step forward. Chapter 1084. In the heart of Eternity Plain, 1,000 years passed in the blink of an eye. In the Holy Land in the center of the heart of Eternity Plain, Yang Feng slowly opened his eyes, and fearsome immortal might slowly spread from him. Yang Feng's eyes flashed brightly. The Eternal Soul Text is really an amazing secret method. It mainly cultivates the soul while strengthening the fleshly body. My soul force is now comparable to that of a great holy step powerhouse, and my fleshly body is more than 3 times stronger than before. Unfortunately, I don't have enough resources to form a great holy step immortal body. However, with my current battle prowess, even advanced Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses may not be my opponent. The Holy Spirit Warlock realm is divided into 4 subrealms: Junior, Intermediate, Advanced, and Pinnacle. After the Pinnacle Holy Spirit Warlock realm is the Great Holy Realm. The gap between the 4 subrealms of the Holy Spirit Warlock realm is enormous. Many Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses are trapped in the Junior Holy Spirit Warlock realm all their lives. Yang Feng has been practicing cultivation in the heart of Eternity Plane for 1,000 years, yet his cultivation base has only reached the pinnacle Junior Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Of course, with Yang Feng's strength, he could have advanced to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm 500 years ago. However, after he cultivated the Eternal Soul Codex, his underlying strength has become deeper, and the resources he consumes have increased geometrically. The resources he needs to break through to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm are more than 100 times that of ordinary Holy Spirit Warlocks. Yang Feng sighed. It's really difficult to advance to the Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Although Yang Feng inherited part of the Magic Weapon Palace's heritage and plundered countless resources, yet he still hasn't advanced to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm. This shows how difficult it is to advance to the Holy Spirit Warlock realm. In the vast universe, the guardian gods of many races are only junior Holy Spirit Warlock realm existences. It is extremely difficult for them to advance to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm. As for great Holy Step powerhouses, many of them spent 10,000 years or even tens of thousands of years to advance to the Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Due to a lack of resources, many talented and extraordinary geniuses stopped at the junior Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Although Yang Feng can now find a way to advance to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm, but he will have to use the cultivation resources he originally prepared for Shiryu, Mykelia, and the many powerhouses under his command. I have a bad feeling that the Central Space Zone is in trouble. Yang Feng frowned slightly, hesitated for a moment, and then blurred into motion and left the secret chamber. Central Star Region. With a Tier 5 hive blocking the huge universe rift, countless Gamana Universe's powerhouses flew out of the Tier 5 hive one after another and broke out of the encirclement in different directions. Countless experts were slaughtering each other in that area. In addition to the humans, the powerful races of the 36 primary material planes fought the Gamana Universe's powerhouses in different areas. By hunting the Gamana Universe's powerhouses, you'll get the universe's favor, and you'll get lucky in the world of warlocks. Unable to sit still, many powerhouses from the world of warlocks came here to kill the Gamana Universe's powerhouses. Even many Holy Spirit Warlock rank old freaks have taken action to hunt powerhouses in the Gamana Universe. Although fighting the Gamana Universe's powerhouses will cause a lot of the powerhouses of a race to die, but at the same time, you can reap the universe's favor and create a small number of peerless powerhouses with heaven-defying strength. If Yang Feng hadn't killed countless powerhouses of the Gamana Universe one after another and sabotaged the Gamana Universe's plans several times, it would have been impossible for him to evolve so quickly and get the two Heaven and Earth variants, Mykelia and Shiryu. If the major races huddle together during the Great Tribulation and do nothing to preserve their strength, they will slowly decline. They will be dominated by the peerless powerhouses born in the hundreds of battles and become inferior races. Since the Gamana Universe's top powerhouses can't cross the universe and enter the world of warlocks, the powerhouses dispatched are in a weak position and suffer heavy casualties. More than a dozen warships that were 10,000 meters long were besieging an evil god that was 10,000 meters in diameter and had countless tentacles. It was like a sphere and had 9 weird heads in the center. The evil god with 9 heads is a quasi-holy step evil god Hydra tentacle freak. Numerous mysterious runes appeared on the heads of the evil god Hydra tentacle freak, and terrifying black poisonous light, fire, wind, and other forces gushed out of the tentacles and barreled towards the Gamana Universe's powerhouses surrounding the warship. Swept by the poisonous light, the Starry Sky Warlock rank powerhouses of the Gamana Universe wearing mysterious mechas were corroded into a pool of poisonous liquid. With a sweep of the flames, the mechas turned into ashes. The evil god 9-headed tentacle fiend laughed ferociously and uttered, "Tiskants, go to hell. Become food for my evolution. Bastard, go to hell." Within a warship, along with a shout, a 10-meter-tall powerhouse wearing a blue mecha exuding quasi-holy step fluctuations of power suddenly flew out and slashed at the evil god 9-headed tentacle fiend. A quasi-holy step powerhouse of the Gamana Universe? Idiot, you're the one who's going to die. The evil god nine-headed tentacle fiend smiled ferociously, and then its countless tentacles shone and formed a tentacle wall engraved with countless mysterious runes. A 1,000-meter-tall bull-headed evil holy with a bull head and a human body flew out from the void, spread the fingers of a hand, and grabbed the quasi-holy step powerhouse wearing the blue mecha and squeezed. No. Why is this happening? I refuse to accept this. The quasi-saint rank powerhouse in the blue mecha let out a shrill cry of grief and indignation, and then he was crushed along with his mecha. A bunch of ants, go to hell. As soon as the bull-headed evil holy appeared, he smiled ferociously and waved his hand, and a giant hand slammed into the sky, smashed a warship, and smashed all the powerhouses inside. Boom, boom, boom. As if crushing ants, the bull-headed evil holy easily crushed the Gamana universe's powerhouses in this area and killed them all. What strong universe favor? This is too easy. Too easy. These idiots of the Gamana universe sent these good-for-nothings to their deaths. What a fool. After the bull-headed evil holy wiped out the Gamana universe's powerhouses in this area, he looked towards the central starfield and sneered. The main force of the Gamana universe's powerhouses is near the level 5 hive. But there is still a steady stream of powerhouses pouring out and fleeing in all directions, only to be besieged by the world of warlocks' powerhouses. Once the Gamana universe's powerhouses are lucky enough to escape, they will wreak havoc in the world of warlocks like madmen. More than 100 planes with life in the world of warlocks have already been massacred by the Gamana universe's powerhouses and turned into dead stars. The world of warlocks was forced to transfer countless powerhouses to besiege the Gamana universe's powerhouses who escaped by chance. They even used Holy Spirit warlock rank powerhouses to annihilate them with great difficulty. Even so, the Gamana universe's powerhouses still suffered heavy losses. The number of transcendent rank powerhouses they lost is 1,000 times that of the world of warlocks. If this continues, even though the Gamana universe is half an energy level higher than the world of warlocks, it will eventually be annexed by the world of warlocks. It's time. Lowly, foolish ants. Your doomsday is here. An eternal voice filled with mockery suddenly resounded from the Tier 5 hive. Countless mysterious runes gushed out from the Tier 5 hive and connected with the Tier 4 hive. The various Type 4 experts with combat strength comparable to great sages began to wither and turn into ashes, disappearing without a trace. The Gamana universe's powerhouses in the central starfield radiated strange light, their faces twisted, and the bloodline force inside them was extracted and turned into ashes. In accordance with the laws of the underworld, bloody rays entered the Tier 5 hive. After absorbing a copious amount of power, the Tier 5 hive exuded sacred, ancient, and nirvanic breath. In an instant, a fearsome premonition of danger welled up in the hearts of all the powerhouses. A green light burst out from the Tier 5 hive and swept in all directions. There was no sound, but a huge hole was blasted out of the cosmic rift. The terrifying aura of the Gamana universe gushed out from the huge hole. A Warlock Emperor rank breath spread from the huge hole and approached the world of warlocks step by step. Shit. The Gamana universe's powerhouses tore a universe rift by force. Damn it, they're going to send a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse over. How can this be? The universe rift hasn't been fully opened yet. How can this be? How can they send a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse over by force? When the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses in the central starfield sensed the terrifying breath, their countenance changed dramatically, and their eyes shimmered with despair. If a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse appears, then even if the Holy Spirit Warlocks use Empyrean-grade secret treasures, they can only injure the other party at most, and then kill them all. If a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse encounters a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse, the only thing they can do is to escape, hide in a secret space, and linger on at death's door. Even the weakest Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse, as long as their chi and blood don't decay, once they come to the world of warlocks, they will be an invincible existence. Chapter 1085. Hiding in the void far away, Yang Feng sensed the powerhouse approaching this universe, and a dignified look filled his eyes. This is bad. If that guy comes, Then I'll have to find another way out. The one crossing the universe is a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. If he crosses the void and comes to this universe, then no one will stop him. Yang Feng will choose to escape or hide in the Gamana universe. Yang Feng sighed helplessly. Sure enough, the other party won't wait until we are ready before launching an attack. In the world of warlocks, the major forces have already launched their trump cards. The 6 Warlock Imperial Courts have launched planes similar to the Light of Eternity plane and thrown countless human geniuses into those planes to fight and evolve. Yang Feng is aware that many new geniuses have been born in the 6 Warlock Imperial Courts, and there are even several freakish geniuses who claim to have the potential to advance to the Warlock Emperor realm. The laws of the universe of the world of warlocks began to change slowly, and each plane became more powerful and full of vitality. The environment of the Tsangji plane changed 3 times a day. Not only did it become larger, but the elemental particles of heaven and earth and life magic energy became richer and richer. If this situation continues, it may not be impossible for the world of warlocks to give birth to an eternal sovereign who can suppress the universe and contend against the Gamana universe. However, the Gamana universe's powerhouses are clearly very experienced in war. While the world of warlocks is in a state of crisis, they used a terrifying force to send a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse to the world of warlocks. Once the Gamana universe's Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse enters the world of warlocks, the entire world of warlocks will fall into their hands. The gazes of countless powerhouses crossed the void and looked at the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse with dignified expressions. Suddenly, a tremendous backlash force came from the universe rift and crushed the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. The Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse spewed out a large mouthful of blood, and his body cracked, looking like it might collapse at any time. The fusion between the universes hasn't ended yet, so the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse can't come over. Forcibly crossing the universe will only lead to death. Now that even eternal sovereigns can't cross the universe, how can a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse come over? Seal. Hurry up and seal that cosmic rift. Human Supreme Council, why haven't your people made a move to seal the crack of the universe? Seeing the Gamana universe's Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse seriously injured, everyone heaved a sigh of relief. Some other race Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses roared, wanting the humans to take action and seal the universe rift again. The human Holy Spirit Warlocks stared at the universe rift with indifferent looks in their eyes. They all keenly sensed great danger from the crack in the universe. Unless a few great saint-level powerhouses disregarded their own lives and used a sealing-type emperor-level secret treasure, there would only be a trace of a chance of sealing that crack in the universe. But the Gamana universe's powerhouses schemed to reach this step and even detonated a precious Tier 5 hive to open the passage. How could they let the human powerhouses seal it so easily? A pair of green wings suddenly appeared above the passageway, as if they were supporting the heavens and the earth. The green wings, which seemed to cover the sky, flapped slightly, and an earth-shattering eternal step force tore the passageway and forcibly expanded it by a bit. A cyan magic mirror suddenly appeared, and boundless icy light gushed out of the magic mirror, forming an ice passage that led to this universe. An eternal god eye containing countless mysterious runes, which looks like the incarnation of the universe, suddenly appeared, released dazzling light, entered the void, and contended with the backlash force of the universe. In the void, countless runes evolved into true dragons, phoenixes, kunpengs, and lightning giants, which exuded fearsome breaths and flew down. When the Eye of Eternity emitted dazzling light, the true dragons, phoenixes, and other existences formed from the laws of the universe collapsed and turned into nothingness. The backlash force of the universe can easily seriously injure a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. However, the 3 eternal sovereigns joined forces and forcibly resisted the backlash force of the universe, opening up a path for the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. The Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse of the Gamana universe, who was suppressed to the point of being unable to budge, straightened his body and strode over. With every step the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse takes, his figure becomes a fraction clearer. After a few breaths of time, a 100,000-meter tall Boyan race powerhouse made of a green boulders slowly appeared in front of everyone. When the Wave Rock Lord arrived in front of the last barrier between the Gamana universe and the world of warlocks, he slammed his fists into the barrier. Boom! Along with a heaven-shaking blare, all powerhouses below the Moonlight Warlock rank within an area hundreds of thousands of light-years in radius of the central starfield who didn't return to the fleet were blasted apart, and their souls extinguished. The countless transcendent rank powerhouses above the Moonlight Warlock rank felt a stifling sensation in their chest, and they spat out a mouthful of blood, suffering injuries of varying severity. Under the all-out attack of the Boyan Lord, a fearsome backlash force broke out and shattered his fists, and blood dripped down from the sky. The last barrier between the two universes, however, remained motionless. If it was so easy to cross the universe barrier, the three eternal sovereigns would have come to the world of warlocks and slaughtered all life forms in the world of warlocks. Boyan Lord, step aside. From the other side of the universe barrier came an aloof, indifferent, and arrogant voice. Yes. The Boyan Lord retreated to the side. The pair of cyan wings flapped slightly, and a cyan light of eternity formed a huge wind blade that slashed at the cosmos barrier. Boom! Along with a heaven-shaking blare, a huge crack appeared on the universe barrier. Lord Wave Rock slammed into the gigantic fissure, causing a head to pop out of it. Do it! Kill him! Kill him! Don't let him come out! One after another, incomparably powerful consciousnesses reverberated in the void. Powerhouses of any race are aware that once the Boyan Lord comes to this universe, it will be dangerous. A ray of light flickered, and the god-slaying white jade blade suddenly appeared. It burned madly, and countless runes appeared. It transformed into a ray of white blade light that could cleave the heavens and the earth apart. It tore through the sky and slashed madly towards Lord Bo Yen. Although the God-Slayer White Jade Sword is just a broken Empyrean-grade secret treasure, but it is an offensive secret treasure. In terms of destructive power alone, it is 100 times more powerful than Yangfeng's Empyrean-grade secret treasure, the Bead of Time. The Boyan Lord crossed the universe with only a head. The green jade-like eyes of the hill-like head burst out with resplendent light. 2 green jades flew out of the eyes of the Boyan Lord, grew in size, and turned into 2 green jade stars that shot towards the white sword ray. The white blade light chopped down on the 2 green jade stars, forcibly splitting them apart. Following that, the blade light chopped down on Lord Bo Yan's head, leaving a terrifying crack in his skull. Drops of green blood dripped from the head of the Boyan Lord and scattered on the ground. When the brilliant Great Holy saw this scene in the distance, a dignified look flashed in his eyes. What a fearsome defense! If it was a slightly weaker Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse with one head in one universe and the other half of the body in another, then the brilliant Great Holy's strike would be able to split open the other party's head and seriously injure them. The defensive power of the Wave Rock Lord was simply heaven-defying. He had forcibly blocked that attack and had only suffered a minor injury. With a flash of light, an Empyrean-grade secret treasure crab god scissors suddenly flew out. The crab god scissors is an Empyrean-grade secret treasure forged from the pincer of an Empyrean steppe powerhouse, the archaic adamantine giant crab transcendent. It can easily cut any secret treasure and shatter stars. At the time, the archaic adamantine giant crab transcendent relied on this Empyrean-grade secret treasure to rampage the world and even kill Empyrean steppe powerhouses of the same rank. When the crab god scissors flew out, it tore through the sky and mercilessly cut towards the head of the Boyan Lord. The Boyan Lord looked up, and countless mysterious runes appeared in his eyes and formed a green barrier suspended in the void. When the crab god scissors snipped, the green barrier was torn apart, and then the crab god scissors snipped at the head of the Boyan Lord. Ding! A huge crack appeared on the head of the Wave Rock Lord, and countless runes emerged and blocked the fearsome strike of the crab god scissors. A black mirror Empyrean-grade secret treasure source of curses suddenly flew out, floated in the void, and shone at the Boyan Lord. All of a sudden, a skull, which was made of the soul shadows of thousands of creatures and was filled with curses and resentment, emerged. A black beam containing the curse of myriad races, endless malice, and so long as a Holy Spirit warlock is contaminated by it, It shot towards the Wave Rock Lord. Lord Boyan opened his mouth and spat out 9 azure stars. The 9 azure stars formed an incomparably profound boundary that floated in the starry sky, blocking in front of him. When the light of the curse, which can easily corrode Holy Spirit warlocks, hit the 9-star boundary, it was forcibly blocked. Chapter 1086. Ice cones, wind blades, fire dragons, curses, and other attacks barreled towards the Wave Rock Lord like a tide. In practically an instant, the place where the Ripple Rock Master was located had become a huge target. The 9 stars suspended in the void shone brightly, fixed the world, and forcibly blocked countless attacks. Even a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse cannot destroy the 9-star sky-fixed boundary. With a cold look in his eyes, Yang Feng willed, and 3 Armageddon battle stars emerged from the void. As soon as the 3 Armageddon battle stars appeared, they attracted the attention of countless powerhouses. Is this the underlying strength of the Battle Demon sect? These 3 battle stars give me a very dangerous feeling. When the Fiend Emperor hiding in the void saw the 3 Armageddon battle stars, his eyes shimmered with a dignified shade. The eyes of the tyrant demon dragon wholly hidden in the void shimmered with enigmatic light. The Heaven Holy was finally forced to use his trump card. As soon as the 3 Armageddon battle stars appeared, their primary artilleries shone, and in an instant, 3 beams tore through the sky and slammed into the boundary formed by the 9 stars. Boom! Along with an earth-shaking blare, the 9-star sky-fixed boundary shattered and disappeared along with the beams fired by the 3 Armageddon battle stars' primary artilleries. The Shizu walked the path of a mechanical civilization, and the various weapons they manufacture are extremely powerful. The beams fired by the Armageddon battle stars can even seriously injure Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. Of course, in terms of comprehensive fighting strength, a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse can destroy a Armageddon battlestar. So strong. Is this the Battle Demon sect's most terrifying golem? What a fearsome destructive power. The Battle Demon sect really has an extraordinary underlying strength. The faces of the powerhouses watching this scene flickered, and their eyes shimmered with a dignified shade. When the 9-star sky-fixed boundary shattered, countless attacks slammed into the Wave Rock Lord. The Wave Rock Lord smiled coldly, and countless mysterious and brilliant runes appeared on his body. Except for the Holy Spirit Warlock rank attacks containing immortal might, the attacks of the other powerhouses were absorbed by his skin, causing his breath to increase by a large margin. Except for Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses, everyone else, stop attacking. He can absorb your attacks and turn them into his own power. The brilliant great sage had a wealth of battle experience. When he saw this, his expression changed drastically, and he let out a long howl. As soon as he said this, the expressions of all the experts in the star field changed drastically. In the central star field, there are hundreds of millions of transcendent rank powerhouses, but less than 200 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. Later on, although there are countless powerhouses here, but only the less than 200 Holy Spirit Warlocks can really harm the Bo Yen Lord. A bunch of ants, thank you for your help. Open up. With a ferocious smile, runes flashed all over Lord Boyan's body, and he madly burned his blood essence. Letting out a heaven-shaking, earth-shattering roar, he struggled. Rumble. In the central starfield, the world shook. The Wave Rock Lord slammed into the world of warlocks, and half of his body squeezed into the universe. In an instant, the Wave Rock Lord's body cracked, and a copious amount of blood dripped into the starry sky. Originally, with the Wave Rock Lord's fearsome power, it would be impossible for his precious blood to drip into the starry sky. However, due to the backlash caused by forcibly crossing the universe, even someone as tyrannical as him was seriously injured. The source of curses flashed, and a stream of black gas hit the Wave Rock Lord. Countless runes formed a black mist that, as if it has a life of its own, spread throughout the Wave Rock Lord's body. In the wake of the black mist, the Wave Rock Lord's green rock skin, which can withstand the attacks of countless powerhouses, withered and collapsed inch by inch. The crab god's scissors pierced into the Wave Rock Lord's head, cutting into the bone. With a flash of light, the Empyrean-grade secret treasure Zigu staff flew out of the void and slammed into the head of the Wave Rock Lord. The Wave Rock Lord spewed out a large mouthful of blood. His head was only slightly dented, but it wasn't smashed by the Zigu staff. A small imprint suddenly flew out of the void, and countless transcendent phantoms emerged. Exuding heaven-shaking Empyrean-grade fluctuations of power, it seems to contain the mysteries of transcendent. This small imprint is the Empyrean-grade secret treasure Transcendent Empyrean Imprint. As soon as the Transcendent Empyrean Imprint appeared, it turned into many divine countries with countless gods sitting cross-legged inside. The divine countries containing the authority of gods slammed into the Wave Rock Lord. Countless mysterious runes appeared all over the Wave Rock Lord, and he frantically burned his blood essence to dispel the countless curses. Then, his body shone, and the green rock skin appeared again. When the Transcendent Empyrean Imprint slammed into the Bo Yen Lord, it blasted apart his green rock skin, and countless runes stabbed into the Bo Yen Lord, twisted, and absorbed drops of blood into the Transcendent Empyrean Imprints. An Empyrean-grade secret treasure Phoenix Empress spear engraved with countless mysterious runes that looks like a living phoenix appeared, tore through the sky, and stabbed into the Wave Rock Lord along with fearsome flames. Fearsome phoenix divine flames burned the Wave Rock Lord's fleshly body inch by inch. A 10,000-meter-long wolf tooth club engraved with a Qilin seal suddenly appeared, and it slammed into Lord Bo Yan's body, shattering his green rock skin and causing his precious blood to splatter everywhere. Although the Wave Rock Lord is tyrannical and heaven-defying, but he is stuck between the barrier of two universes, and his hands and feet are sealed. He can only watch helplessly as the Empyrean-grade secret treasures slammed into him one after another. However, the Wave Rock Lord is also heaven-defying. Besieged by the Empyrean-grade secret treasures, he forcibly withstood them. The Spirit Eyes Eternal said, "Wing Eternal, do it. We will make it up to you." The pair of green wings burst out with dazzling light and flapped vigorously, and the light of eternity turned into a pair of green wings of light that tore through the sky and slammed into the universe barrier. A fearsome backlash force crushed the pair of green wings in an instant, and they collapsed and disappeared in an instant. The Gamana universe, inside the Wing Eternal Temple. The Wing Eternal, who is covered in green feathers, trembled slightly, and then spewed out a stream of gold blood that sprinkled in the palace. The Wing Eternal sighed slightly. Going against the heavens, the backlash you receive is really not small. It will take at least 100,000 years to recover from this injury. Eternal sovereigns are the most fearsome powerhouses in a universe, and they are proficient in the essence of fate. They can perceive any danger in advance. Apart from powerhouses of the same rank, as long as they don't court death, they won't be injured or killed. In order to let the Wave Rock Lord pass through the passage between the two universes and go against the heavens, the Wing Eternal suffered a tremendous backlash force and was seriously injured. If it wasn't for the fact that the two universes are mortal enemies, and that the other two Eternal Sovereigns have promised the Wing Eternal great benefits, the Wing Eternal wouldn't have acted. He wouldn't have acted. Next, it's up to you. The Wing Eternal's eyes congealed, and he saw what happened in the universe rift across countless light years. When the green wings formed by the Wing Eternal slammed into the universe barrier, another crack appeared on the universe barrier in front of the Wave Rock Lord. "Open!" Lord Boyan let out an enraged roar. Madly burning his blood essence, he leapt forward like a peerless giant that could prop up heaven and earth. The huge universe rift opened and then closed. Like a scythe, the Wave Rock Lord's legs were cut off, and his legs fell on the path leading to the world of warlocks from the Gamana universe to the world of warlocks. A spatial storm blew, and the Wave Rock Lord's legs were blown into an unknown spatial turbulence. In an instant, the Wave Rock Lord crossed the void and arrived in the world of warlocks. The source of curses turned into a stream of light, tore through the void, and disappeared. The Zigu staff turned into a stream of light, tore through the sky, and disappeared. The Transcendent Empyrean Imprint shook slightly, and a void transcendence suddenly appeared, tore through the void, and plunged into the void rift. The Phoenix Empyrean spear flickered with flames, collapsed, and disappeared, and then reappeared on a burning parasol tree more than 100,000 years ago. Runes shone on the Qilin stick, and a void Qilin suddenly appeared, tore through the void, and fled into the distance. The crab god scissors trembled slightly, turned into a stream of light, flew out of the wave rock lord's head, and fled into the distance. It won't be that easy to escape. The wave rock lord smiled ferociously and extended his hand, and a huge hand carrying countless chains of order grabbed the crab god scissors. The crab god scissors cut open a huge wound on the wave rock lord's right hand. It's useless, since I've already descended into this universe. Now that I've come to this universe, what awaits your universe is destruction. The wave rock lord smiled ferociously and inhaled. In an instant, endless elemental energy and life magic energy surged towards the wave rock lord like a tide. A fearsome energy storm set off in the universe, turned into a fearsome whirlpool, and entered the Bo Yen Lord. The various injuries on the wave rock lord healed at a speed visible to the naked eye, and his aura became more and more fearsome. After 10 breaths of time, the wave rock lord's severed legs grew back, and he exuded wisps of immortal Empyrean might that suppressed the world. Chapter 1087. Countless runes revolved around the right hand of the wave rock lord, and he extended his hand towards the void. A giant hand crossed the void, appeared in front of the insufferably arrogant bull-headed evil holy not long ago, and extended towards the bull-headed evil holy. Break! Eyes shot with blood, the bull-headed evil holy threw his head back and roared, and then turned into a 10,000-meter tall bull-headed transcendent. Brandishing a mountain-like wolf-tooth club, he slammed the giant hand in the sky. That terrifying hand pressed down and forcibly shattered the huge wolf-tooth club, then seized the ox-headed evil divine in its hand. Ripples flickered, and the bull-headed evil holy was grabbed by the giant hand and crossed the void, and then appeared in front of the wave rock lord. Lord Wave Rock's eyes were scarlet red as he opened his bloody mouth and swallowed the ox-headed evil saint. The Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse was swallowed by the Wave Rock Lord just like that. When the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses saw this scene, a chill filled their hearts, and they cast secret methods to escape into secret spaces and disappeared. If all the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses of the world of warlocks gathered together and used their trump cards to fight the Wave Rock Lord, they would have a 30% chance of suppressing the seriously injured Wave Rock Lord. But the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses of the world of warlocks have gone through countless hardships before they finally advance to peerless powerhouses. Naturally, they won't go all out against the Wave Rock Lord, knowing that they will die. As long as the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses use secret methods to open up a space and hide in a barren and remote corner of the universe, they will have a great chance of avoiding the pursuit of the Eternal Sovereigns. Hiding in the distance, Yang Feng looked at the invincible Wave Rock Lord, and his heart sank. Curses, is there no hope? Hiding in the distance, Yang Feng looked at the invincible Wave Rock Lord, and his heart sank. Curses, is there no hope? Hiding in the distance, Yang Feng watched the invincible Wave Rock Lord, and his heart sank. Curses, is there no hope? As long as he brings the Zhangji plane under his control, even if the other Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses of the world of warlocks revive, they may not be his opponent. Heaven and earth trembled, and a green arrow containing the essence of nature tore through the void. Accompanied by Empyrean might, it appeared in front of the Wave Rock Lord in the blink of an eye and stabbed into him. Countless tendrils shot out from the arrow and began to corrode Lord Bo Yan's body, causing cracks to appear on his body. Given Lord Boyan's strength, it shouldn't have been so easy for him to be struck by that arrow. However, he had struggled free from the crack in the universe. His legs had been broken at the knees, and he had been hit by the Emperor-grade secret treasure. His origin had been severely damaged, and he had been hit by the arrow. Lord Boyan stared into the void, and for the first time, a trace of seriousness flashed through his eyes. He spoke in a low voice, "Lord of Nature, forcibly awaken. Aren't you afraid of missing the opportunity to advance to the eternal realm?" The Lord of Nature. It was actually him, a legendary figure. The father of the High Elves is actually still alive. The Lord of Nature, he didn't die. He's still alive? He woke up? Many thoughts were transmitted in the void, and they were filled with shock. The Lord of Nature is the creator of the High Elves, as well as the father of the High Elves. He is an old monster who has existed since the eternal sovereign era. For such an old monster to have lived to this day is simply heaven-defying. It should be noted that ordinary Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses have an average lifespan of 1 to 2 million years. Take the Time Lord, a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse who has gone through countless fierce battles and is riddled with origin injuries, for example. He hasn't even lived for 100,000 years. It has been hundreds of millions of years since the Eternal Era, and countless peerless geniuses have died in the long river of time. For the Lord of Nature to have survived to this day is simply heaven-defying. No, you didn't wake up, you just mobilized part of your power. You want to stop me with just this bit of power? Unless you wake up now and fight me. Otherwise, this world will be mine. I will advance to the eternal sovereign realm in this universe. Lord Boyon looked up into the void, then laughed coldly. Deathless imperial might exploded out, and he took a step forward, traversing countless light years to appear above a fourth-ranked plane. Opening his mouth, he inhaled deeply. In an instant, the flowers and birds of the grade 4 plane died, the trees withered, the gods died, and the fish and insects turned into ashes. It was a scene of the end of the worlds. The life force and power of all the living beings in the 4th grade plane were sucked away and sent into Lord Boyon's body. Boundless, terrifying planar essence energy transformed into a spear, shrouded in the mysteries of destruction as it stabbed towards Lord Boyon. Break! The Wave Rock Lord smiled ferociously and punched the spear, and a tyrannical force erupted and blasted the spear to pieces. Boom! Amidst an earth-shattering noise, the grade 4 plane crumbled and turned into a dead planet with no signs of life. Lord Boyon opened his mouth and sucked in all of the quintessence energy of the 4th-tier plane into his body, making him even more terrifying than before. If a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse wants to advance to the Eternal Realm, in addition to comprehending the essence of time, the essence of space, and the essence of fate, they can also devour enough plane origin force and forcibly advance to the quasi-eternal realm. In the Gamana universe, if a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse destroys a few grade 4 planes, they will suffer a backlash from the universe and be rejected by the universe. As a result, it is impossible for them to advance to the quasi-eternal realm. Only when universes devour each other, destroying other universes' planes and devouring their plane origin force, can they advance to the quasi-eternal realm. Among the 3 eternal sovereigns, the Frost Eternal devoured the plane origin force of countless planes, advanced to the quasi-eternal realm, and finally advanced to the eternal sovereign realm step by step. Devouring the plane origin force of countless planes is much more reliable than comprehending the essence of time, space, and fate. It should be noted that even among the 18 sacred races of the Gamana universe, there are only a few who have comprehended the essence of time, let alone the more mysterious essence of fate. As for the essence of space, the 18 sacred race leaders have already fully mastered it. Break! Lord Boyon roared furiously, and countless mysterious runes suddenly appeared. With a slight tremble, the divine nature arrow was forced out of his body inch by inch. Damn it! What do we do? Even the arrow of nature can't suppress him. If he forces the arrow of nature out of his body, we're dead. Thoughts full of fear came from all directions. The Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses stared at the Wave Rock Lord with fear in their eyes. At this time, the Wave Rock Lord was hit by the arrow of nature, and 30% of his combat power was sealed. If there is no powerhouse strong enough to suppress him, then once he forces the arrow of nature out of his body, no one will be able to stop him. Yang Feng frowned and sighed in his heart. This is bad. It seems that I have to move immediately and sneak into the Gamana universe. Although Yang Feng is far stronger than ordinary Holy Spirit Warlocks, but against the Wave Rock Lord he will die without a doubt. Even if he uses a huge mechanical legion, he won't be able to kill the Wave Rock Lord. Faced with such a formidable enemy, Yang Feng naturally won't fight him head-on. Instead, he will choose to retreat. Even if he has to abandon his foundation and leave the world of warlocks with his subordinates and close people, he won't hesitate. Yang Feng frowned slightly. The others are fine. I can't get in touch with Xuan. How worrying. In the world of warlocks, most people aren't important to Yang Feng. Only Shi Shui, Shi Yu, Mykelia, and a few other people are the most important to him. Wave Rock Lord. For you to come to our universe in person, that's really stupid. Accompanied by a faint sigh, a peerless beauty of unparalleled beauty that could cause the downfall of nations stepped through the air. Space itself distorted as her body slowly turned from a projection into reality, appearing in front of the Bo Yen master. Who is that? Who is she? She dares to appear in front of the Wave Rock Lord? Is she courting death? Who is that? Why can't I recognize her? What kind of old monster is she? Gazes full of shock and curiosity focused on the peerless beauty. Yang Feng was struck dumb as he looked at the peerless beauty, and his eyes flashed with astonishment. Shui, she's actually Shui. Yang Feng didn't expect Shi Shui to appear here. The Wave Rock Lord is a warlock emperor rank powerhouse. As soon as he descended, he suppressed the world. No one dares to oppose him. For Shi Shui to stand in front of the Wave Rock Lord is shocking to the extreme. The Wave Rock Lord took a deep look at Shi Shui, a dignified look in his eyes, and asked in a deep voice, "Who are you?" "The battle demon sex Shi Shui has come to suppress you. Wave Rock Lord, please go to hell." Shi Shui smiled sweetly, and immortal Empyrean might spread from her delicate body and suppressed the surroundings. With a wave of her lily-white hand, a sparkling and translucent Empyrean grade secret treasure ice god ring engraved with countless ice runes suddenly appeared and flew into the sky. The ice god ring radiated brilliant light, and a world of ice suddenly emerged. Countless ice elves and gods of ice silently chanted in the world of ice. The world of ice swallowed the Wave Rock Lord in an instant, and countless ice runes formed chains of ice that swept towards the Wave Rock Lord. Chapter 1088. The Essence of Ice. Are you the Ice Demon Emperor, or the reincarnation of the ancient Ice Emperor? A dignified look in his eyes, the Wave Rock Lord radiated brilliant light, and he brandished his fists, which evolved into the sun, moon, and stars and barreled towards the ice runes formed from the world of ice and snow. The ferocious might of Lord Wave Rock was unparalleled. His fists tore through the sky, and he blasted the ice and snow into nothingness. In the world of ice and snow, every time an ice rune collapsed, countless ice sprites and ice gods shattered and turned into ashes. Every time an ice rune collapsed, a thin layer of ice would form on Lord Ripple Rock's body. His body trembled slightly, and the ice cubes crumbled and shattered. After the 36 ice runes collapsed, the world of ice and snow, devoid of life forms, began to collapse. World Nirvana, Heaven and Earth Ice Seal. A delicate shout resounded throughout the universe and shook the world. At the moment when the world of ice and snow collapsed, a dazzling cold light pierced through the void and stabbed the Wave Rock Lord. Countless runes suddenly flickered, and ice runes emerged and sealed the Wave Rock Lord into a huge chunk of ice. Heaven and Earth Ice Seal. The supreme secret method of the Ice Demon Emperor to suppress the world. She's the reincarnation of the Ice Demon Emperor. This is the supreme secret method the Ice Demon Emperor used to suppress the world and defeat countless powerhouses. Is she a backup plan of the Ice Demon Emperor? Voices full of bewilderment filled the universe. The powerhouses of the world of warlocks are very curious about Shi Shui's origin. Virtually everyone guessed that Shi Shui is a backup plan left behind by an Empyrean steppe powerhouse, or a reincarnation who used a supreme secret method to survive a second life. However, no one was able to guess who she was. In this era where the two universes devour each other, countless old monsters from ancient times have emerged. The Nature Lord, an old monster who is publicly acknowledged to have died more than 100 million years ago and who has existed since the Eternal Sovereign Era, has taken action. No one can guess that Shi Shui is the reincarnation of that old monster. Yang Feng's eyes shimmered with astonishment. So strong. It turns out that she's a backup plan of an Empyrean steppe powerhouse. Yang Feng had long guessed that Shi Shui had an extraordinary origin, but he didn't expect her origin to be so heaven-defying. She turned out to be a contingency left behind by an Empyrean rank powerhouse. Any Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse possesses the terrifying power to suppress a universe by themselves. In the universe where the Shizu live, there isn't even a single Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. Only the Shizu can build a level 7 stronghold with the resources of the universe, and in theory have Warlock Emperor rank battle prowess. Open for me! Inside the huge block of ice, the Wave Rock Lord issued an earth-shaking roar, pushed with his hands, and forcibly smashed the block of ice to pieces. At the moment when the ice block exploded, the green skin around the Wave Rock Lord, which can even absorb all kinds of attacks below the Holy Spirit Warlock rank, crumbled inch by inch, and his body shrank by a size, revealing bones and flesh engraved with countless mysterious runes. Shi Shui beckoned with her hand, and the countless chunks of ice flew into her hand and turned into drops of immortal Empyrean blood exuding immortal Empyrean might. Each drop of immortal Empyrean blood is a peerless treasure blood. Even if a Holy Spirit Warlock refines it, it will bring them great benefits. Standing quietly in the void, Shi Shui uttered calmly, "Wave Rock Lord, you forcibly crossed the universe, and then suffered a series of blows. You are seriously injured and are not my opponent. Surrender. As long as you are willing to submit to me, you can live. Otherwise, today will be the anniversary of your death." The Wave Rock Lord smiled proudly, and his eyebrows exuded domineeringness and pride. "Ha! Shi Shui, although I don't know which powerhouse you are the reincarnation of. But if you want me, the Wave Rock Lord, to submit, then even the 3 eternal sovereigns aren't qualified. Besides, since you woke up ahead of time, do you really want to fight to the death with me? The guys sleeping in your universe won't let you set foot in eternity unscrupulously. How about we drop today's matter? I can promise you that I won't attack the life forms of this universe for 3,000 years. No matter which universe it is, every Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse is an overlord that stands at the apex. Except for some heaven and earth variants favored by the universe, every Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse has gone through countless battles and stepped on the corpses of countless powerhouses to reach the apex step by step. Even though the Gamana universe's 3 eternal sovereigns suppress the entire universe, but they can't make a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse their subject. Among the Gamana universe's 18 sacred races, only about half of the Warlock Emperors chose to swear allegiance to the 3 eternal sovereigns. That is because the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses were cultivated by the 3 eternal sovereigns and are their wings. The Wave Rock Lord is an unruly overlord who doesn't belong to the 3 eternal sovereigns. 3,000 years, that's not enough. This is a great opportunity to eliminate the Gamana universe's forces. Wave Rock Lord, since you don't want to surrender, then go to hell. Shi Shui's beautiful eyes shimmered coldly, then countless mysterious runes appeared around her, and she pointed with a finger. In an instant, the ice god Halo froze in the void, releasing incomparably resplendent runes that drew upon the power of the universe. The world within 100,000 light-years changed, and all the elemental energy and creature magic energy turned into flowers of ice and snow. The world was transformed into an ice god domain in an instant. Inside the ice god domain, the strength of the powerhouses who wield the power of ice and snow can increase sharply and weaken the enemy's fighting power. As soon as the ice god domain took shape, the connection between the Wave Rock Lord and the universe was severed. Unable to easily absorb the forces of the universe, the Wave Rock Lord's power was weakened by 30%. Each Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse can operate secret methods to absorb elemental energy as well as the forces of the universe within several light-years. The more they fight, the stronger they become. Powerhouses below the Holy Spirit Warlock rank cannot exhaust them to death. As soon as the Ice God domain appeared, it transformed the forces within 100,000 light-years, making it difficult for the Wave Rock Lord to absorb them. Shi Shui took a step forward, appeared in front of the Wave Rock Lord, and raised her lily-white hand, and countless stars formed from ice and snow containing the essences of ice and power barreled towards the Wave Rock Lord. Ah, interesting. In that case, let's fight to the death. The eyes of the Wave Rock Lord surged with fighting spirit, and he burst into laughter. Countless mysterious runes appeared all over him, and he soared into the sky like an invincible transcendent and sent a fist containing the essences of petrification and power barreling towards Shui. Boom, boom, boom. In the central starfield, fearsome explosions rang incessantly, snow fluttered, and stars fell. Every time they exchanged blows, an inch of skin on Shui's delicate body would be petrified. At the same time, ice runes would appear on the Wave Rock Lord's body. So this is the pinnacle essence of petrification. How amazing! At some point, Shu appeared beside Yang Feng. Looking at the Wave Rock Lord from afar, her beautiful eyes flickered brightly. As a darling of the heavenly spirit stone emperor universe, Shu innately grasped the essence of petrification and the essence of power. The pinnacle form of her evolution is the Wave Rock Lord. The fight between the Wave Rock Lord and Shui has broadened her horizons and allowed her to see the way forward. Mykelia stared at Shui with shock in her beautiful eyes. So strong. That's the legendary big sister Shui. She's so strong. As an angel empress, Mykelia was a warlock monarch rank existence at birth and has the potential to evolve into a warlock emperor rank powerhouse. She has always been proud and doesn't put anyone in Yang Feng's harem in her eyes. Shu was the only one who made her feel a little fearful. Originally, Mykelia looked down on the legendary Shui, but now that Shui appeared, Mykelia was completely subdued. Yang Feng looked towards the central starfield and frowned. Shui, it seems that she hasn't recovered her full strength. In the central starfield, although Shui suppressed the Wave Rock Lord, but with the help of the Empyrean Great Secret Treasure Ice God Ring, she only won by a bit. The Wave Rock Lord was seriously injured when he forced his way into the world of warlocks. Shui was unexpectedly only able to suppress the seriously injured Lord Bo Yen. It was clear that she hadn't recovered her peak strength. She hasn't fully recovered. If the fight continues, it should end in a lose-lose situation. Those are two Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. In the world of warlocks, old monsters hidden in the depths slowly opened their eyes and stared at Shui and the Wave Rock Lord with greed in their eyes. The flesh and blood of two Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses is enough to tempt Eternal Sovereign rank powerhouses. If these quasi-Empyrean rank old monsters can get their hands on the flesh and blood of Shui and the Wave Rock Lord, they can also evolve greatly. Shui, it's me, I'm Yang Feng. I obtained a part of the Eternal Soul text, which should be useful to you. Without hesitation, Yang Feng contacted Shui through the Shizu's special frequency, and then transmitted the precious secret method recorded in the Eternal Soul text to her. After Shui obtained the Eternal Soul Codex, she began to comprehend it for a bit, and her eyes began to shine with an incomparably resplendent light. A blurry phantom shrouded in fog suddenly appeared and looked at Lord Bo Yen. As soon as the phantom appeared, Shui's strength suddenly doubled. She slammed her palm into the Wave Rock Lord's body, blasting a terrifying hole in his body. A large amount of his blood splattered on the ground. Chapter 1089. You're fully awake? How can this be? How is this possible? The face of the Wave Rock Lord changed dramatically, and he roared wildly. Due to the continuous decline in the energy level of the world of warlocks, the lifespan of Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses is getting shorter and shorter. Many Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses have used various methods to seal themselves and fall into a deep sleep, hoping to wake up when the world of warlocks fully awakens. Only when the world of warlocks fully awakens can Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses continue to live for a period of time with their pinnacle battle prowess. In the Gamana universe, powerhouses have long since infiltrated the world of warlocks. The intelligence they received in this world was reported to the Gamana universe. It is for this reason that the Wave Rock Lord volunteered to come to the world of warlocks. He is certain that unless the slumbering Warlock Emperor rank old freaks go all out and perish together with him, they won't be able to escape. Otherwise, once he gains a firm foothold and recovers his full strength, he will be able to suppress the world of warlocks by himself and obtain the opportunity to advance to the Eternal Warlock rank. Heaven and earth freeze. Shui's beautiful eyes bloomed with resplendent light, and worlds of ice and snow suddenly emerged. Nirvana. The 36 worlds of ice and snow collapsed in an instant, and the force of Nirvana condensed into a ray of ice that slammed into the Wave Rock Lord. When the ray of ice shone, half of the Wave Rock Lord's body was frozen. As if time has frozen, he lost all sense of the other half of his body. Unfortunately, you failed on the verge of success. However, Shui, it won't be that easy for you to kill me. The Wave Rock Lord sighed slightly, then his eyes shone brightly, and he took out a stone bead and threw it to Shui. The stone bead is called the Wave Rock Bead. It is a peerless treasure that the Wave Rock race has consecrated for countless years and has absorbed countless treasures of heaven and earth. It contains world-shaking power. The Boyan Pearl flashed with light, instantly transforming into an incomparably large world. Within that world, Boyan race experts emanating saint-level energy fluctuations and wielding all sorts of weapons madly attacked Shui. Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses have the power to injure or even kill a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. The Boyan bead contains the sacrificial power of the Boyan race for tens of millions of years and countless wealth. A total of 1,800 Holy Spirit Warlock rank existences joined forces and shot towards Shui. You want to escape? It's not that simple. Shui smiled coldly. She silently recited an incantation and pointed her finger. The ice god halo shone brightly, and countless ice spirits and ice gods suddenly appeared. They controlled an ice storm and fought against the 1,800 terrifying weapons formed from the power of worship and countless rare treasures of the world. Taking advantage of the moment when Shui was tangled with the Riprock Pearl, the Lord of the Riprock Pearl tore with both hands, tearing open a violent spatial turbulence that led to an unknown destination and slammed into the spatial turbulence. Even if it is a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse, if they enter the spatial turbulence, they will fall into the spatial turbulence, unable to distinguish between north and south. After a long time, they may even die in the spatial turbulence. Once a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse enters the spatial turbulence, they will be teleported to a place that is difficult to control and may even be banished to a danger zone in the universe. Each of the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses possesses earth-shaking strength. However, there are also some naturally formed danger zones in the universe. If they enter them, only death will await them. If it is not necessary, no Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse will choose to enter the spatial turbulence at will. Ice seal space. A ray of ice shot out from the world of the Riprock Pearl, hit the spatial turbulence, and froze the void. Shui, you've been fooled. The Riprock Lord showed a strange smile, and then his body collapsed inch by inch and turned into dust that drifted with the wind. 100,000 light-years away, in a star river, a sun suddenly exploded, and a fearsome solar storm spread in all directions. The Riprock Lord flew out of the solar storm, cast a peerless secret method, and his body blurred and disappeared. To be able to cross a distance of 100,000 light-years with a spell, this is the terror of Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. Faced with the siege of an army, they can use a spell to disappear from the siege of an army. This is the heaven-defying power of Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. Shui smiled faintly, the projection behind her became a fraction clearer, and then her body collapsed and disappeared. In the next moment, wind and snow drifted in front of the Riprock Lord, and Shui's figure instantly formed. Carrying no trace of smoke or fire, she slammed her palm into the Riprock Lord. Countless ice runes erupted in an instant, turned into chains of ice, pierced into the Riprock Lord, and froze his body and souls. Enveloped by the fearsome and all-suppressing ice force, the Riprock Lord's thoughts, power, and time seemed to have frozen, and a frigid chill pervaded his immortal body and soul. Surrounded by countless chains of ice, Shui, like an invincible transcendent, punched the Riprock Lord again and again. Boom, boom, boom. Terrifying explosions kept ringing out from Lord Boyan's body. Large chunks of rock burst out of his body, transforming into broken stars that floated in space. In order to promote to a Warlock Emperor, the Riprock Lord has refined who knows how many stars. Every inch of his skin was constructed from the origin of a star. The eyes of the Riprock Lord flickered with enigmatic light, and he suddenly stopped resisting and sighed. Shui, who are you? Tell me so that I can die in peace. Streams of incomparably tyrannical wills also secretly gathered in this place. If you can learn about Shui's background, you can make some preparations when dealing with her in the future. Shui's beautiful eyes shimmered coldly, and she uttered coldly, I like to confuse my enemies and kill them. So, you can slowly guess my true identity in the sticks. What a pity! The Riprock Lord sighed slightly. Countless ice runes appeared on his body and froze him into a huge block of ice, completely devoid of life. He died. Lord Boyon has actually fallen. She wasn't seriously injured. How is that possible? If she rashly woke up from the River of Time, how could she kill the Riprock Lord so easily? That's a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse we're talking about. Even if the Riprock Lord was seriously injured, but he shouldn't have been suppressed so easily. What is her origin? How could she be so powerful? In the cosmos, many top-notch old monsters were filled with shock when they saw this scene. With a wave of her hand, Shui severed the hands of the Riprock Lord, and then tossed them into the void. An extremely handsome high elf exuding great holy step fluctuations of power suddenly emerged from the void, caught the hands of the Riprock Lord, and bowed respectfully to Shui. Spatial ripples appeared on his body, and he disappeared. Shui flicked her wrist, and 9 sealing heavenly beads flew towards the huge universe rift like shooting stars. The 9 sealing beads radiated resplendent light and forcibly sealed the universe rift, not leaving a gap. Shui swept the void with her beautiful eyes, and a cold ray flickered and killing intent surged. The complexion of the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses who cast spells to spy on this side changed dramatically, and they gave up casting spells, concealed their breath, and hid in the void. Shui looked in Yang Feng's direction, her beautiful eyes shimmered with gentleness, and she turned into a snowflake and disappeared. Shui's projection appeared in front of Yang Feng and turned from illusory to solid step by step. After 3 breaths of time, she crossed millions of light years and turned into a solid body. Shui smiled sweetly like 100 flowers blooming. Big brother, I'm back. Yang Feng's heart warmed slightly and he said with a smile, It's good that you're back. Will it affect you if you wake up early? In the world of warlocks, only Shui, Huang Yihe, Yuan Yi, Mykelia, Yu, and a few other people are the most important to Yang Feng. Even if Shui isn't the reincarnation of a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse, he will still treat her sincerely. Shui replied calmly, It will affect me. After I come out, I'll have to continue sleeping. I won't be able to come out for 300 years, or my foundation will be damaged. If it wasn't for the eternal soul text you gave me, big brother, I would have to sleep for at least 5,000 years. Yang Feng asked curiously, Can you recover in a plane with a fast time flow? Shui replied, No. After advancing to the Warlock Emperor realm, planes with a fast time flow and abnormal laws of heaven and earth can no longer bear our existence. Only in a plane like the Zhangji plane, where the laws of heaven and earth are complete and full of power, can we recover from our injuries and resist the erosion of time. Shui exhorted again, Big brother, when you advance to the great holy and quasi-Empyrean realm, you must do it in the Zhangji plane. Only in this way can you obtain great benefits and lay the foundation of eternity. If it isn't necessary, it's best to go to a plane with a fast time flow like the light of eternity plane. Yang Feng nodded. He vaguely felt that after he advanced to the Holy Spirit Warlock realm, the faster time flow in the light of eternity plane is no longer very useful to him. If he stays there, he will only consume his lifespan in vain. Chapter 1090. Yang Feng and Shui, they are indeed the 2 most outstanding supreme geniuses of the Battle Demon sect. I thought that Yang Feng was already outstanding enough, but unfortunately, compared to Shui, he's still slightly inferior. That one turned out to be the reincarnation of a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse, how heaven-defying. On the floating continent where the Star Imperial Court is located, the Star Heavenly Maiden looked at the world where the Battle Demon sect is located via a spell and sighed, her heart filled with complicated emotions. The Star Heavenly Maiden asked the Star Monarch, Big sister, Are we going to have an audience with His Majesty? Any Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse is a peerless powerhouse who can shake the entire universe. If the other sleeping old monsters don't come out, then Shui can sweep through the universe and suppress the world. Even though the Star Imperial Court was once the ruler of the human race and dominated an era, but in front of Shui, it must bow its head respectfully. Originally, the Battle Demon sect became one of the top warlock groups of the human race after giving birth to 3 Holy Spirit warlocks, Yang Feng, Mykelia, and Shiryu. With the emergence of Shui, the Battle Demon sect has become the most powerful warlock group in the world of warlocks, far surpassing the 6 warlock imperial courts. His Majesty won't be able to stay in this world for long. I'm afraid that he won't like us to disturb him. The Star Monarch shook her head and pondered for a while before saying, however, etiquette cannot be disregarded. Go and ask if His Majesty is willing to meet us. No, I'll go in person to show my respect. The Magic Note Imperial Court. Sitting on the throne, the Magic Note Monarch's eyes flickered brightly, and he asked flatly, Magic Seal Great Holy, who is that person? Do you know? The Great Holy Step Powerhouse Magic Seal Great Holy, who has imprints engraved on his body and is made of black mist, said unhurriedly, I can't tell. To be able to wake up ahead of time and slay the Wave Rock Lord, he must be an invincible overlord on the same level as the 7 Warlock Emperors. The Magic Note King sighed slowly, his heart filled with complicated emotions, as expected of an invincible overlord. There are strong and weak Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. The weak are like the Dawn Lord, while the strong are like the 7 Warlock Emperors, who can suppress the universe and are invincible. When the human clan's 7 great Warlock Emperors were at their peak, they were also known as invincible overlords. They had all fought against old monsters of the same level, defeating and killing them one after another. The Dawn Lord has fought against old monsters of the same rank, but unfortunately suffered a crushing defeat, which is why he is regarded as one of the weakest Warlock Emperors. In the world of warlocks, every one of them was an invincible overlord that suppressed the heavens and the earth, stunning through the ages and invincible in an era. If it wasn't for the insufficient energy level of the world of warlocks, they might even have the possibility of impacting eternity. The Magic Note King said worriedly, Great Demon Seal Sage, how many days can that person stay here? At this time, Shui was already the #1 awakened expert of the warlock world. If she was still alive, she would be able to suppress the world. There is no doubt that more than 80% of the treasures that have emerged will fall into the hands of the Battle Demon sect. The Great Demon Seal Sage uttered with a faint smile, Don't worry. That person can only stay here for a day at most. As long as she still has the heart to advance to the eternal realm, she won't stay here for more than a day. Moreover, that person was forced to wake up early and must sleep for another 10,000 years to recover from his injuries. As long as we don't push the Battle Demon sect into a desperate situation, there's no need to worry about that person's reaction. The Magic Note Monarch smiled, got up, and strode outside. After all, that person is an invincible overlord. She is qualified for me to go and ask for an audience. With flashes of light, the 6 monarchs, Holy Spirit Warlock rank, and Great Holy Step powerhouses of the 6 Warlock Imperial Courts appeared and turned into streams of light flying towards the Battle Demon sect. Even many Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses of the Light of Dawn Alliance flew in the direction of the Battle Demon sect. If Shui hadn't appeared and killed the Wave Rock Lord in one fell swoop, the Zhangji Plains human warlocks would have been forced to leave the plane, flee in a sorry state, and hide in the deepest part of the universe. Although the Light of Dawn Alliance doesn't have a good impression of the Human Supreme Council, but it maintains respect for the awakened Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse Shui. In a palace, the Battle Demon sect's upper echelon is gathered. There were 2 thrones placed on the main seats of the palace. Yang Feng sat on one of the thrones and Shui sat on the other. On a small dais below the 2 thrones, there are also 2 thrones for Mykelia and Shiryu. Below the dais stand the upper echelon of the Battle Demon sect. The upper echelon of the Battle Demon sect stared at Shui sitting on the throne with incredulity in their eyes. Warlock Emperor, she's actually a Warlock Emperor. Yu Wuxian, you're really lucky. Huang Yihe looked at the magnificent and domineering Shi Shui sitting on the throne with incredulity in his eyes. Yu Jinggang said with a bitter smile, "What a pity, what a pity. At that time, if only I could have taken the initiative and snatched her away." He Liannu sighed slightly enviously. This brother and sister pair are truly heaven-defying powerhouses. Huang Yihe, Yu Wuxian, you're really lucky. Yu Wuxian raised her eyebrows and said with a proud smile, "Of course. My vision is extraordinary. To be able to take Shi Shui in as a disciple, even if it's only in name, is enough for Yu Wuxian to be proud of for the rest of her life." The gods of the Battle Demon Sect's headquarters, who were originally supreme elders, also looked at Yu Wuxian with eyes full of jealousy. Not only is Shi Shui a warlock emperor rank powerhouse, but she is also an invincible overlord rank peerless powerhouse. To be the teacher of such a heaven-defying powerhouse, it's a great opportunity. A glorious sun warlock of the Battle Demon Sect stepped forward, bowed respectfully to Shi Shui, and said, "Your Majesty Shui, the Star Monarch, the Star Heavenly Maiden, the Red Moon Star Holy, the Flying Cloud Star Holy, and the Star Moon Great Holy request an audience." When this statement came out, the eyes of the upper echelon of the Battle Demon Sect lit up at once, and they revealed looks of excitement. These are the upper echelon of the Star Imperial Court, bigwigs of the Human Supreme Council, and a great holy step powerhouse. 4 such bigwigs to come to the Battle Demon Sect of their own accord just to request an audience with Shi Shui greatly boosted the prestige of the Battle Demon Sect. Shi Shui said flatly, "I won't see you." The glorious Sun Warlock responded respectfully and retreated, saying, "Yes. The Sky Cloud Tower's Cloud Holy requests an audience. I won't see you." The Magic Note Imperial Court's Magic Note Monarch, Magic Seal Great Holy requests an audience. I won't see you. The bigwigs of the Human Supreme Council and the Light of Dawn Alliance came one after another. In addition to Axamiro, who is suspected to be the reincarnation of the Dawn Lord, the other bigwigs of the Light of Dawn Alliance have come to request an audience with Shi Shui to show their respects. Shi Shui, however, refused everyone's request for an audience without hesitation. "Teacher Yu, when I was weak, it was thanks to your protection. This is a God Moon Empyrean fruit. If you take it now, I can help you advance to a Holy Spirit Warlock. However, relying on this external force, you have little hope of advancing to a Warlock Emperor. Do you want to advance to a Holy Spirit Warlock?" Shi Shui glanced at Yu Wuxian with a gentle look in her eyes. With a flick of her lily-white hand, a God Moon Empyrean fruit radiating dazzling light appeared in her hand. At this time, Shi Shui's battle prowess is heaven-defying, comparable to that of a Warlock Emperor. However, when she just reincarnated, she was also very weak. It was thanks to Yu Wuxian's all-out nurturing that she was able to quickly restore her strength, retrieve her hidden treasures, and reach the top in a short period of time. Since Yu Wuxian is very good to Shi Shui is naturally willing to give her teacher great benefits. Yu Wuxian's eyes flashed with a scorching shade, and she uttered, "With my talent and ability, advancing to a Holy Spirit Warlock is already my lifelong goal. I have never had the extravagant hope of advancing to a Warlock Emperor. Your Majesty Shui, since you gave me a choice, then I will naturally choose to advance to a Holy Spirit Warlock. However, if helping me advance will damage your vitality, then forget it. It won't cost much vitality. At most, it will make me sleep for a dozen more days." Shi Shui smiled faintly and pointed with a finger. Countless runes appeared, and the God Moon Empyrean fruit turned into a clear torrent and entered Yu Wuxian. Countless mysterious runes appeared inside Yu Wuxian, and she operated a secret method to absorb the fearsome power of the God Moon Empyrean fruit. A pool of the spring of immortality floated in the void, sprinkling the water into Yu Wuxian's body, nourishing her physical body and soul. Yu Wuxian was originally an intermediate Warlock Monarch rank powerhouse. Nourished by the God Moon Empyrean fruit and the spring of immortality, her cultivation base rose steadily and broke through. An hour later, the elemental energy and demonic energy within a radius of hundreds of millions of kilometers had all converged here, turning into terrifying vortexes that directly sank into the War Demon continent. Someone has promoted to a Holy Spirit Warlock. Who is that? Who has promoted to a Holy Spirit Warlock? This is the fourth. The Battle Demon sect has promoted a fourth Holy Spirit Warlock. Its underlying strength is really terrifying. When the human powerhouses gathered on the Battle Demon continent saw this phenomenon, their countenance changed dramatically, and their eyes shimmered with a dignified shade. The emergence of a Holy Spirit Warlock is a major event for a force. Now that the Battle Demon sect has given birth to another Holy Spirit Warlock, its underlying strength has become even more terrifying. Killing intent streaked across the void. None of the forces full of malice towards the Battle Demon sect dared to show their faces at this time. Once they show their faces, they will be crushed by Shi Shui. When Yu Wuxian's breath stabilized, Shi Shui smiled faintly, turned into countless streams of light, and disappeared into a river of time. Chapter 1091. I have to work harder and promote to a great holy as soon as possible. Without becoming a great holy, I don't even have the qualifications to participate in fights between Empyrean steppe powerhouses. Yang Feng mused as he watched Shi Shui disappear into the river of time. In the battle in the central starfield, after the Wave Rock Lord came, he was invincible, and his battle prowess was heaven-defying. He was immune to any attacks below the Holy Spirit Warlock rank, and even turned them into his own power, making him invincible. Yang Feng has already deduced that even if he puts in all his strength, he can at most inflict some minor injuries on the Wave Rock Lord, and then destroy all his underlying strength. If Yang Feng can promote to the Great Holy Realm in the future, then with 1 or 2 Empyrean-grade secret treasures to protect himself, he may be able to escape or assassinate a fearsome existence like the Wave Rock Lord. In a hall in the Battle Demon sect, the top powerhouses of the 2 human warlock groups, the Human Supreme Council and the Light of Dawn Alliance, who have awakened, are gathered. There is even no lack of great holy steppe powerhouses. The top powerhouses of the Human Supreme Council and the top powerhouses of the Light of Dawn Alliance were divided into 2 groups in the hall, and they were full of hostility towards each other. A warlock stepped into the hall, bowed to the top powerhouses of the 2 warlock groups, and said, "Her Majesty Shi Shui has left." Sure enough, a Windshadow Great Holy from the Light of Dawn Alliance chuckled, took a step forward, and strode away. The figures of the bigwigs from the Light of Dawn Alliance fluttered, and they turned into streams of light and disappeared. The bigwigs from the Human Supreme Council turned into streams of light and disappeared as well. The bigwigs gathered here to ask for an audience with Shi Shui. Many of them didn't want to come to see Shi Shui just to show their respect for her. Each Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse has a different temperament. The Star Lord is gentle, broad-minded, extraordinarily magnanimous, and doesn't bother about trifles. The Golem Lord, on the other hand, is a narrow-minded and calculative person. If the Holy Spirit Warlocks don't ask for an audience, then it won't matter if they run into someone as magnanimous as the Star Lord. But if they run into someone as calculative as the Golem Lord, then even Holy Spirit Warlocks will be in danger of dying. With my current accumulations, I can forge an Emperor-grade secret treasure that belongs to me to raise my strength. An enigmatic ray streaked past Yang Feng's eyes, and he disappeared and entered the Light of Eternity Plane. Although it is very difficult for the Holy Spirit Warlock rank Yang Feng to advance quickly in the Light of Eternity Plane, but this plane with an abnormal flow of time can give Yang Feng enough time to deduce his own path and make his own Empyrean-grade secret treasures. 1,000 years passed in the heart of Eternity Plane. It's finally ready. Light of Eternity Plane. In a large laboratory, Yang Feng looked at a design, and the corners of his mouth rose into a smile. The mecha on the blueprint is the culmination of Yang Feng's 1,000 years of fusion of the essence of the Shizu, the Blitz Steel text, and the Shijuona civilization. During the 1,000 years of studying the mech, the Eternal Treasure God Remains Fortress gave Yang Feng a lot of pointers, allowing him to avoid many detours. During the process of studying the mech, Yang Feng sorted out his path and is no longer confused about his future path. With the mech design in hand, Yang Feng disappeared from the Light of Eternity Plane and then appeared on the Battle Demon sect's floating continent. The laws of heaven and earth here are really complete and flawless, far surpassing those of the light of eternity plane. No wonder the top powerhouses don't stay in a plane with an abnormal flow of time like the light of eternity plane. Standing on the battle demon sect's floating continent, Yang Feng operated a secret method and felt the difference between the battle demon continent and the light of eternity plane. As the laws of heaven and earth in the light of eternity plane are incomplete, it is impossible to give birth to a Holy Spirit warlock. A dignified shade flashed in Yang Feng's eyes. In that case, the mech's secret treasure I deduced in the light of eternity plane might have irremediable flaws. I have to deduce it again. Yang Feng silently recited an incantation, countless mysterious runes appeared in his eyes, and he looked at the design, and the computing power surpassing that of level 6 optical computers suddenly launched and carried out a deduction. After a little deduction, Yang Feng showed a smile. Sure enough, there is a big problem with the deduction in the light of eternity plane. If this mech follows the previous design, it can only reach the Warlock Emperor realm at most. There is no possibility of it advancing to the eternal realm. However, there is no problem with my main idea, so it is not difficult to deduce it again. The Shizu, Blasteel, and Shido civilizations are by no means insignificant. They are terrifying civilizations that have given birth to Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses or created treasures that can suppress Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. The Shido civilization has even given birth to an eternal sovereign. By obtaining the essence of the three civilizations, Yang Feng can deduce while standing on the shoulder of a giant, which is how he can go further. During the 1,000 years he spent in the light of eternity plane, Yang Feng mainly absorbed the essence of the three civilizations, not comprehended the mysteries of the universe. Therefore, during the 1,000 years he spent in the light of eternity plane, although Yang Feng's cultivation base didn't make any progress, but he absorbed the essence of the three civilizations. Yang Feng flew into a large laboratory in the battle demon continent and began to deduce. Time elapsed, and 3 years went by in a flash. I finally succeeded. Although with my current knowledge, I still can't deduce the armor of Twilight to the pinnacle. However, if the armor of Twilight is successfully refined, then I will have a chance to escape even when facing a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. In a large laboratory, Yang Feng looked at a design in his hand with a look of satisfaction in his eyes. After the Wave Rock Lord came to the world of warlocks, he grabbed a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse, devoured him, and refined him. This is simply heaven-defying. When Yang Feng saw the Wave Rock Lord's methods at the time, he shuddered inside. If the Wave Rock Lord had locked onto Yang Feng at the time, he wasn't 100% sure that he could escape from him. As soon as the design was completed, Yang Feng mobilized all the resources of the Battle Demon sect and began to put them into the manufacture of the armor of Twilight. The Empyrean-grade corpse of the demonic weapon lord, Kunmo Stone, and countless treasures of heaven and earth Yang Feng obtained were put into the manufacture of the armor of Twilight. Yang Feng mobilized the Shizu's material and energy converters to synthesize the treasures of heaven and earth needed to refine the armor of Twilight. The water of the gold lake in the center of the battle demon continent was continuously extracted and poured into the armor of Twilight. 10 years passed in a flash. During the 10 years, Yang Feng stayed in the battle demon continent. In addition to practicing cultivation every day, he spent all his time refining the armor of Twilight. Yang Feng mobilized the entire battle demon sect to search for all kinds of treasures of heaven and earth in the universe as materials to refine the armor of Twilight. The Human Supreme Council was also mobilized by Wu Ming to collect all kinds of precious materials for Yang Feng to refine the armor of Twilights. The battle demon continent, in a core laboratory. Yang Feng bit the tip of his tongue and spat out a stream of blood essence that entered a 10-meter-tall silver-white mecha in front of him. The mecha is engraved with countless mysterious runes, and the core of the mecha is inlaid with Kunmo Stone. When the stream of blood essence entered the silver-white mecha suddenly radiated resplendent light, and a fearsome breath soared into the sky. In the blink of an eye, the elemental energy within a radius of 1 billion miles surged and gathered above the war demon continent, forming a terrifying dark cloud. What's going on? That's the Battle Demon sect. Did another powerhouse of the Battle Demon sect advance to the Holy Spirit Warlock realm? What's going on? What's going on? The changes in heaven and earth alarmed all the powerhouses in the world of warlocks, and fearsome thoughts swept this way. This is a phenomenon of an Empyrean-grade secret treasure emerging. As expected of the peerless armor I spent so many resources to forge. Yang Feng looked up at the sky, his eyes flashed with excitement, and he took a step forward and entered the god armor of dawn. In an instant, a steady stream of power came from the armor of twilight, absorbed the free energy in the universe, and transformed it into a tremendous amount of life magic energy that nourished Yang Feng's body. The mecha absorbed the universe energy to assist its owner in cultivation. This is the essence of Blastial race technology. The reason why the Blastial Lord was able to break through the limit and advance to a Warlock Emperor was because he refined an Empyrean-grade mecha by chance. With the help of the Empyrean-grade mecha, he finally advanced to a Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse. Let's cast a spell to cut off those people's line of sight. In the Battle Demon sect, Yu Wuxian's beautiful eyes shimmered with excitement, and she said to Mykelia and Shiryu. In terms of combat power, the two heaven and earth variant species Mykelia and Shiryu are far superior to Yu Wuxian. However, in terms of mastery of various mysterious spells, Yu Wuxian, as a human warlock, is far superior to the two women. Mykelia and Shiryu glanced at each other, and then nodded in agreement with Yu Wuxian's proposal. With a flick of her wrist, an altar appeared in Yu Wuxian's hand, expanded, and turned into a 100-meter-tall white jade altar. Yu Wuxian stepped onto the white jade altar, silently recited an incantation, and pointed with a finger. In the blink of an eye, the white jade altar shone with dazzling light. Countless mysterious runes suddenly emerged, entered the void, and formed a void barrier that disrupted the elemental particles in an area 100,000 kilometers in radius and isolated the space, making it impossible for people to spy on what is happening here from afar. Chapter 1092. Countless cloud rulers flew out of the demonic battle sect and entered the void. They turned into a thick fog that covered the sky and absorbed all the magic power. I can't see anything. The Battle Demon sect cast a spell to cover that area. So cautious, what's going on? Why did they cover that area? Waves of tyrannical will reverberated in the void. Each of these Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses is an extraordinary existence, far beyond the imagination of ordinary people. When they cast spells, they can even see the scene in a certain area tens of thousands of light years away. However, the long-distance spying can also be easily disrupted. Unless it is an existence as heaven-defying as an eternal sovereign, no one can spy on what is happening in the Battle Demon sect across a distance of tens of thousands of light years. Countless dark clouds gathered in the sky, thunder rumbled, and lightning danced. It looks like the end of the world is coming. Looking up at the sky, Yang Feng wasn't alarmed, but rejoiced instead. This is the Empyrean secret treasure tribulation. Only after this tribulation can it truly be promoted to an Empyrean-grade secret treasure. Any Emperor-grade secret treasure was a heaven-defying treasure that could shake the world. Once it comes into being, it will trigger the laws of the universe and be baptized by the lightning tribulation. If it can pass the lightning tribulation, the secret treasure will truly become an Empyrean-grade secret treasure with peerless power. Yang Feng's figure fluttered, and he stepped onto the Battle Demon sect's floating continent and stood loftily in the void. Boom! A fearsome rumble of thunder echoed in the sky, and a bucket-thick bolt of pure white lightning interwove and formed a lightning spear that stabbed towards Yang Feng with a breath of destruction. A dignified look in his eyes, Yang Feng operated the essence of Devour and spread the fingers of a hand, and a Devour black hole suddenly appeared, suspended in the void, and devoured the lightning spear. A fearsome Devour force erupted, and a copious amount of lightning force was devoured by Yang Feng, making him look like a god of thunder. In the next moment, the Devour black hole trembled slightly and exploded, and the fearsome sky lightning spear pierced through Yang Feng's God of Dawn armor and stabbed into his body, blasting open a huge hole, and countless bolts of lightning flickered inside Yang Feng, destroying his vitality. Black holes emerged on Yang Feng's body and frantically devoured the lightning and strengthened his body. Rumble! A resplendent white lightning descended from the sky and blasted into Yang Feng's chest, directly blasting open a frightening large hole. When Yu Wuxian saw the frightening hole blasted open in Yang Feng's chest, her pretty face fell. What a formidable divine lightning! After Yu Wuxian advanced to a holy spirit warlock, she also exchanged pointers with Yang Feng. She tried her best, but after half an hour, she was easily defeated by Yang Feng. She couldn't even injure him. Yang Feng, who is wearing the God of Dawn armor, was seriously injured by the divine lightning. The power of the divine lightning is simply incredible. Sure, Yu looked up at the sky with worry in her beautiful eyes. The divine lightning is a manifestation of the laws of the universe. The most powerful divine lightning can even slay Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses. Even Big Brother won't be able to resist the lightning tribulation so easily. Mykelia also looked at the sky with worry in her beautiful eyes. The God of Dawn armor is an Empyrean-grade secret treasure that Yang Feng chose to evolve together with him. Only Yang Feng alone can resist the divine lightning. If there were more powerhouses to help, they would be killed by the divine lightning evolved from the laws of the universe. Yu Wuxian and the other two women are Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses, yet they are still helpless, unable to intervene in the lightning tribulation in the sky. A river of time appeared around Yang Feng, and time reversed slightly. He returned to the state 10 seconds ago, and his injuries healed. This is the terror of the essence of time. Although the divine lightning is so powerful that even Yang Feng can't resist it, but it doesn't contain the power of the law of karma. As such, it can't stop Yang Feng's time reversal. Yang Feng looked up at the sky with a dignified look in his eyes. Amazing! With just the second strike, I was forced to use my trump card. As expected of the divine lightning. In the sky, dark clouds covered the sky, and lightning danced like silver snakes, as if a great terror is brewing. After 9 breaths of time, 9 silver lightning bolts containing world-destroying might barreled towards Yang Feng. Yang Feng's eyes constricted, countless runes shone on the God of Dawn armor, and countless runes blessed his fists, which turned into stars and barreled towards the lightning bolts in the sky. Boom, boom, boom. The world shook slightly, and then, along with 9 heaven-shaking blasts, the 9 silver lightning bolts were smashed by Yang Feng's peerless powers. When the 9 silver lightning bolts were smashed, they turned into silver lightning flood dragons that shot towards Yang Feng from all directions. The God armor of Dawn shone brightly, and black holes suddenly appeared and devoured the lightning flood dragons capable of severely wounding a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse. After the divine armor of Dawn devoured the terrifying lightning flood dragons, the Kunmo Dusk stone on its chest glowed faintly and instantly absorbed all the power of lightning. The Kunmo stone is a supreme treasure that can be promoted to an eternal treasure. It has a bottomless capacity, which is most suitable for Yang Feng's essence of devour. When the 9 silver lightning bolts were devoured, the law force of the universe that enveloped an area of hundreds of millions of kilometers trembled, and then expanded tenfold. Almost endless elemental energy and life magic energy converged from all directions and entered the dark cloud. What's going on? Did someone advance to the Great Holy Realm? What's going on there? This change doesn't seem to be the result of someone advancing to a Holy Spirit Warlock. Did Yang Feng break through and advance to a Great Holy Realm? Many tyrannical thoughts reverberated in the universe, and many gazes converged in this direction. There was a burst of chaos in the void, and 1 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses tore through the void and rushed over. Yu Wuxian's spell can prevent Holy Step Warlock rank powerhouses from peeping from afar, but it can't stop them from peeping from a close distance. In the void above the Battle Demon continent, after the dark cloud absorbed enough energy, lightning flashed, and heavenly tribulation lightning capable of seriously injuring Holy Spirit Warlocks barreled towards Yang Feng like raindrops. Yang Feng's face flickered, and he frantically urged the eternal imperishable body. A river of time appeared around him, enveloped by spatial portals, evolved into black stars that emerged in a devour black hole, and barreled towards the heavenly tribulation lightning in the sky. The heavenly tribulation lightning shattered the black stars, part of which was banished to spatial portals, part of which was devoured by devour black holes, and part of which was delayed by a second due to time reversal. The endless heavenly tribulation lightning bombarded Yang Feng, but Yang Feng used all kinds of incredible methods to shatter them. Devour black holes appeared on the divine armor of twilight and devoured the heavenly tribulation lightning that was shattered by Yang Feng. Virtually with every breath of time, the divine armor of twilight grew stronger by a fraction. The peerless lightning tribulation for Emperor-grade secret treasures was the greatest danger for them, but it was also the greatest opportunity for them. After a dozen-plus breaths of time, the violent heavenly tribulation lightning disappeared. In the center of the lightning, Yang Feng has been riddled with scars, his hands were scorched black, and only bones remained. In order to strengthen the divine armor of twilight, Yang Feng is unwilling to use the essence of time to reverse time. Otherwise, the divine armor of twilight will be reversed, and he won't be able to strengthen it. Without hesitation, Yang Feng took out a jade bottle and swallowed a drop of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence. After killing the Wave Rock Lord, Shi Shui left a part of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence to Yang Feng before leaving. When the drop of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence fell into Yang Feng's mouth, it turned into the purest force that spread towards Yang Feng's limbs and bones. Nourished by the formidable force, Yang Feng's scarred fleshly body shed his charred old skin and regrown his flesh and blood, becoming even more powerful. Sensing the changes in his body, Yang Feng looked at the sky with a dignified look in his eyes. The Empyrean-grade secret treasure's lightning tribulation is really frightening. If it wasn't for the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence, I would have been in danger. Countless bolts of lightning flashed in the void, condensing into all sorts of weapons. Every single one of these weapons carried the laws of causality. Once hit by the heavenly tribulation lightning containing the law of karma, it will be difficult for someone as strong as Yang Feng to use the essence of time to reverse time and heal his injuries. If he hadn't used the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence to quickly restore his strength, Yang Feng wouldn't have been able to resist the next wave of the heavenly tribulation lightning. After 9 breaths of time, the weapons containing the law of karma formed from the heavenly tribulation lightning barreled towards Yang Feng like raindrops. Operating the eternal imperishable body, Yang Feng soared into the sky and barreled towards the karma weapons formed from the heavenly tribulation lightning like a demon god. Lightning flashed and blood splashed. The karma weapons formed from the heavenly tribulation lightning are tyrannical. Within a dozen breaths of time, Yang Feng's body was riddled with wounds. The wounds containing the law of karma kept bleeding, and the wounds could hardly heal. Without hesitation, the divine armor of twilight absorbed the blood flowing out of Yang Feng's body and became more dazzling and powerful. The divine armor of twilight guarded Yang Feng's vital parts and blocked the heavenly tribulation lightning soldiers attacking his vital parts, which resulted in the other parts of the armor being slashed apart by the heavenly tribulation lightning soldiers. Chapter 1093. If it wasn't for the divine armor of twilight protecting Yang Feng's vital parts and soul, he would have been killed by the divine lightning or suffered irrecoverable origin injuries. After the divine lightning soldiers disappeared, in the center of the lightning, Yang Feng was covered in wounds, bones, and blood. Yang Feng's flesh and blood tumbled in an attempt to heal, but the moment before they healed, they burst open. Yang Feng is proficient in countless mysterious secret methods. He can even regrow severed limbs, regrow flesh, and regrow blood. His recovery ability is unparalleled in the world, even surpassing some extraordinary experts in terms of recovery speed. However, the wounds caused by the divine lightning soldiers containing the law of karma can't be healed, leaving Yang Feng in unbearable pain. After the divine lightning soldiers disappeared, dark clouds surged in the sky, brewing an even more fearsome offensive. Fortunately, the divine armor of twilight came into being during the Great Tribulation. Otherwise, I would have to reach the Great Holy Realm at the very least, which is the minimum requirement to refine Empyrean-grade secret treasures. Yang Feng looked up at the sky, took out a vial of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence, and swallowed it, his heart filled with joy. Due to the Great Tribulation, the divine lightning in the sky descended in waves, giving Yang Feng a chance to catch his breath. If it was before, then once an Empyrean-grade secret treasure came into being, the divine lightning would bombard it endlessly. Even a quasi-Empyrean steppe powerhouse would find it difficult to resist the terrifying might of heaven. From ancient times to the present, the minimum requirement to refine Empyrean-grade secret treasures in the world of warlocks was the Great Holy Steppe Powerhouse. At the time, one of the 12 Great Holy followers of the Time Lord, the Plentiful Treasure's Great Holy was a representative figure. Apart from the Plentiful Treasure's Great Holy, there were very few people who could refine Empyrean-grade secret treasures in the Great Holy Steppe. As for Holy Spirit warlocks, there were even fewer people who could refine Empyrean-grade secret treasures in the Great Holy Steppe. Only during the Great Tribulation, when two universes devour each other, would the world of warlocks lower the difficulty a little in order to allow more powerhouses to be born within the scope of rules. When the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence was swallowed by Yang Feng, a tyrannical force erupted, and karma spells filled his body and neutralized the divine lightning soldier's law of karma. Yang Feng's scarred fleshly body recovered its full strength in a split second. Without any hesitation, Yang Feng took out bottles of precious elixirs and poured them into his mouth, restoring his strength. Within a few breaths of time, countless bolts of lightning flashed in the sky and formed human-shaped lightning bolts, each of which exudes Holy Spirit warlock rank fluctuations of power. When Yu Wuxian saw the humanoid lightning bolts in the sky, she inhaled a breath of cold air, and her beautiful eyes shimmered with a dignified shade. 36 Holy Spirit warlock rank humanoid lightning bolts. This was the deadly thunder tribulation that would only appear in the highest grade Emperor grade secret treasure. Is that the Empyrean grade secret treasure Yang Feng refined? He actually refined a top grade Emperor grade secret treasure. Each of the 36 Holy Spirit warlock rank humanoid lightning bolts in the sky possesses genuine Holy Spirit warlock rank power. When the 36 Pinnacle Junior Holy Spirit warlock rank humanoid lightning bolts join forces, they can even contend against the weakest Great Holy Steppe powerhouse. Shi Yu and Mykelia also looked at the 36 humanoid lightning bolts in the sky with a dignified shade in their beautiful eyes. Both of them are heaven and earth variants favored by the universe, and their battle prowess surpasses that of other powerhouses of the same rank. One-on-one, they can easily defeat the humanoid lightning bolts. 1-on-3, they can also win. But 7-on-1, they can only remain undefeated. 9-on-1, they can only flee in defeat. As for the 36 Holy Spirit warlock rank powerhouses, even if the current human Supreme Council joined forces, it would be difficult to gather so many Holy Spirit warlock rank powerhouses. Holding lightning spears containing the law of karma, the 36 humanoid lightning bolts tread on air, turned into bolts of lightning, appeared in front of Yang Feng, and brandished their spears, which contain the essence of lightning, and stabbed towards Yang Feng. Shatter! Yang Feng's eyes shone fiercely. Like a transcendent, countless runes appeared all over him, and devour black holes appeared around him. Withstanding countless attacks, he took a step and appeared in front of a humanoid lightning bolt. Then, with a fist containing the essence of lightning, he smashed the humanoid lightning bolt into pieces. A huge devour black hole appeared and devoured the humanoid lightning bolt. At this moment, 35 lightning spears tore through the void from different directions and stabbed towards Yang Feng, leaving him with no way to evade or block them. A river of time suddenly appeared around Yang Feng. When the 35 spears were swept by the river of time, the flow of time staggered and was divided into 6 different time periods, causing them to stab Yang Feng at different times. Unabated, like a tyrannical transcendent, Yang Feng slammed into 2 humanoid lightning bolts and forcibly smashed them apart. The lightning spears of 3 humanoid lightning bolts pierced through the defense of the divine armor of twilight in a split second and entered Yang Feng's body, and violent lightning force destroyed Yang Feng's vitality. Countless runes flickered on the divine armor of twilight and turned into a fearsome black hole that absorbed 70% of the lightning force inside Yang Feng. Yang Feng brandished his fists, transformed into stars, and slammed them into the 3 humanoid lightning bolts and smashed them apart in an instant. Black holes appeared on the divine armor of twilight and absorbed the lightning force that overflowed from the collapse of the 3 humanoid lightning bolts. The river of time trembled slightly, and 6 lightning spears carrying fearsome lightning stabbed towards Yang Feng. With a thought from Yang Feng, the divine armor of twilight trembled slightly and suddenly split into 6 armor plates that blocked in front of the 6 lightning spears. When the 6 thunder spears stabbed the 6 pieces of armor, they were immediately sucked in by the 6 pieces of armor. Cold light flashed in Yang Feng's eyes, and he suddenly brandished his fists and blasted the 6 humanoid lightning bolts apart. The river of time trembled slightly, and the 6 lightning spears stabbed towards Yang Feng. A spatial portal suddenly appeared and distorted the void. The 6 thunder battle spears were distorted by the power that distorted the void. When they stabbed at each other, terrifying lightning flashed and tore the sky apart. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Yang Feng suddenly burst out and blasted the 6 humanoid lightning bolts apart. The river of time trembled slightly, and the 3rd wave of lightning spears pierced through the void and stabbed towards Yang Feng. A devour black hole suddenly appeared and sucked the 6 humanoid lightning bolts into the devour black hole in an instant. A steady stream of lightning force was absorbed by the devour black hole, and then poured into the divine armor of twilight. The lightning force of the heaven punishment god lightning can destroy the soul of a Holy Spirit warlock rank powerhouse. Even someone as strong as Yang Feng, who has cultivated the eternal imperishable body, the eternal soul text, and many other fearsome secret methods, cannot absorb a large amount of heaven punishment god lightning in a short period of time. However, the divine armor of twilight is a peerless treasure refined from the corpse of the demonic weapon lord and Kunmo stone. Its potential is unfathomable, and it can absorb a large amount of heaven punishment god lightning force. The river of time trembled again, and 6 humanoid lightning bolts suddenly appeared. The fearsome black hole swallowed the 6 humanoid lightning bolts and frantically absorbed their power. After a breath of time, the 6 humanoid lightning bolts stabbed towards Yang Feng with spears in their hands. The fearsome black hole swallowed the 6 humanoid lightning bolts as well. After devouring the 18 humanoid lightning bolts, the black hole shone with lightning and light. It is on the verge of collapse. Yang Feng tore apart the void, grabbed a humanoid lightning bolt from the void, and smashed it with a punch. The divine armor of twilight released a fearsome devour force and devoured the remaining lightning force. At this moment, the river of time surrounding Yang Feng reached its limit, and then collapsed and disappeared. At the same time, the 6 human-shaped lightning spears tore through the sky, and fearsome lightning force poured into Yang Feng's body and seriously injured him with a single strike. Suppressing so many humanoid lightning bolts at the same time, Yang Feng has reached his limit. He can only watch helplessly as the lightning bolts stabbed into him. The divine armor of twilight shone, and devour black holes suddenly appeared and absorbed the lightning force that stabbed into Yang Feng's body. The Kunmo stone flashed slightly, and an extremely pure force filled with tremendous life force gushed out of the god armor of dawn and entered Yang Feng's body. Yang Feng, whose power has dried up, regained his vitality in an instant. A cold ray flashed in his eyes, and the devour black hole suddenly sucked the remaining 6 humanoid lightning bolts into it. Lightning flickered inside the devour black hole, almost tearing it apart. Yang Feng gritted his teeth, swallowed a vial of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence, and frantically maintained the devour black hole to absorb the force of the heavenly punishment god's lightning and pour it into his body and the divine armor of twilight. The divine armor of twilight absorbed the endless force of the heavenly punishment god's lightning and strengthened continuously. The Kunmo stone shone brighter and brighter, and a steady stream of life force poured into Yang Feng and strengthened his fleshly body and soul. After a few breaths of time, Yang Feng felt that a certain shackle inside him was broken, and the space-time devour body evolved by a step, allowing him to advance to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm in one fell swoop. Countless imperishable grade source crystals suddenly appeared, and a tremendous amount of life magic energy was extracted from the source crystals and poured into Yang Feng, making him more powerful and fearsome. Chapter 1094. After Yang Feng advanced to the intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock realm, the Devour Black Hole became even more terrifying, and its Devour force doubled. The humanoid lightning trapped in the Devour Black Hole only lasted for a while before collapsing and being devoured by the Armor of Dawn. After devouring and refining all the humanoid lightning in one fell swoop, Yang Feng consumed a dozen-plus vials of the most precious elixirs in one go, and then drank a vial of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence. Endless power gushed out of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence and quickly nourished and restored Yang Feng's power and soul. After 3 breaths of time, Yang Feng recovered to his peak state. In the sky, dark clouds rolled and rolled. A terrifying power that could suppress heaven and earth suddenly gathered and condensed into a lightning halberd. When the lightning halberd containing supreme destructive power took shape, Yang Feng had a premonition of impending disaster and imminent death. Yang Feng looked at the lightning halberd in the sky with a dignified look in his eyes. This is an attack comparable to that of an Empyrean steppe powerhouse. If I can't block it, only death awaits me. Sure enough, it's too difficult to refine an Empyrean-grade secret treasure in the Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Yang Feng silently recited an incantation and frantically extracted the power of the small world inside him. Then he pointed upwards, and 9 stars appeared in the void and formed the defensive barrier 9-star heaven suppression barrier. The 9-star heaven suppression boundary is a top defensive boundary formed by drawing star force from the 9 stars Yang Feng refined as the center. It was also one of the top defensive barriers recorded in the Time Codex. Yang Feng is confident that he can use this barrier to withstand 10 all-out attacks from a great holy steppe powerhouse. As soon as the 9-star heaven-suppressing formation took shape, countless runes appeared on the 9 stars and frantically absorbed the power of the stars in the surroundings. Numerous star worlds constructed from the power of the stars suddenly appeared and hovered in the void. The lightning halberd fell from the sky, tore through the void, and stabbed into the star worlds in an instant. Boom! Boom! Amidst a series of earth-shattering explosions, the star worlds completely collapsed and shattered. The 9 stars were also pierced by the lightning halberd and exploded, turning into powder that splattered in all directions. The 9-star heaven-suppressing barrier, which was strong enough to contend against a great sage expert, crumbled inch by inch. A cold ray flashed in Yang Feng's eyes, and he operated his essence, and a Devour Black Hole suddenly appeared and barreled towards the lightning halberds. When the lightning halberd stabbed into the Devour Black Hole, it sliced the Devour Black Hole in two as if cutting tofu, easily pierced through Yang Feng's god armor of twilight, and an overbearing power erupted and enveloped Yang Feng in a flash. As if an ant, Yang Feng was knocked to the ground by the lightning halberd and blasted open a terrifying hole in the ground. As if an ant, Yang Feng was nailed to the ground by the lightning halberd. Countless bolts of lightning flickered. Under the bombardment of the terrifying bolts of lightning capable of destroying everything, Yang Feng's hands and feet crumbled inch by inch, turned into ashes, and disappeared. After the destructive force of God's punishment thunder destroyed Yang Feng's hands and feet, it extended towards his body to destroy his flesh and soul. Countless mysterious runes appeared on the god armor of twilight, protected Yang Feng's head and soul, and absorbed the power of the god's punishment thunder. Formidable life force seeped out of the god armor of twilight and entered Yang Feng's body, preventing him from being killed by the god's punishment thunder. On the divine armor of dawn, the Kunmo Do stone shone brightly, mobilizing the terrifying power it had accumulated. Inch by inch, the law of cause and effect on the lightning halberd was removed. In the sky, the dark clouds that seemed to cover the world slowly dispersed. However, the lightning halberd on the ground didn't disappear. It continued to destroy the god armor of twilight and Yang Feng's body and soul. In the distance, a black arrow containing gloomy, corrosive force tore through the void and shot towards Yang Feng with the intent to kill. Stop! Seeing this scene, the countenance of Shiryu, Yu Wuxian, and Mykelia changed dramatically, and they shouted and cast spells to form one magic barrier after another in front of Yang Feng. The black arrow easily pierced through the barriers set up by the 3 Holy Spirit warlocks in a hurry, and then, carrying fluctuations of the law of karma, locked onto Yang Feng and shot straight towards him. Nailed to the ground by the lightning halberd, Yang Feng couldn't avoid it. Faced with the fatal arrow, Yang Feng's eyes shimmered coldly. Countless runes appeared on his body, and he shrank and entered the vicinity of the lightning halberd. When the black arrow slammed into the lightning halberd in an instant, it triggered the lightning halberd, and lightning flickered and turned the black arrow into ashes. Stimulated, the fearsome lightning halberd became extremely violent, and countless lightning bolts bombarded Yang Feng, electrocuting him until he trembled. Countless mysterious runes appeared in Shiryu's beautiful eyes, and she looked at the void, exuding monstrous killing intent, and uttered word by word, "Dark Ghost Eroding Arrow. Dark Ghost Archer Holy. If you dare to hurt my big brother, then after I advance to the great holy realm, I will annihilate all of you." 100,000 kilometers away, in the void, a 3-meter-tall dark ogre powerhouse with a horn on the forehead, a fierce expression on his face, and countless mysterious ghost seals engraved all over his body suddenly appeared and uttered with a cold smile, "In the battle demon sect, only Yang Feng can make us have some misgivings. As for you in front of Dark Sky, you are just a few ants. We are a powerful race that has existed since the age of eternal sovereigns. You want to wipe us out by yourself? That's just a pipe dream. Dark Ghost Archer Holy, don't talk nonsense with her. Get rid of them as soon as possible, in case something changes. Once the humans arrive, it won't be that easy to kill Yang Feng." The space distorted, and a demonic sky-devouring whale that was over 100,000 meters long suddenly appeared. It was enveloped in layers of twisting force fields, and its entire body was engraved with profound runes. It gave off traces of immortal holy might. "Yang Feng, you're too arrogant. A trifling Holy Spirit warlock wants to forge an Empyrean-grade secret treasure. What a fool. If Empyrean-grade secret treasures are so easy to forge, why are there only so few Empyrean-grade secret treasures in this universe?" A 10,000-meter-tall dark green dragon exuding dragon chi and demonic chi flew out of the void and stared indifferently at Yang Feng with ridicule in his eyes. "I don't want Yang Feng's soul, but you must give me his body. The corpse of a peerless genius is really something to drool over." An expert clad in black armor, with a hideous and twisted face like a devil, with one eye blind and a protruding stomach, stepped out of the void like a hungry ghost. With a chuckle, a peerlessly handsome true ancestor of the vampires who exuded a bewitching and enchanting aura stepped forward and stared at Shui and the other 2 women with a hint of lust flashing in her eyes. "Then one of the 3 beauties must belong to me. A beautiful Holy Spirit warlock rank slave. It's really exciting. Their blood must be extremely delicious. Dark Ghost Archer Holy, Heaven-swallowing Whale Holy, Black Azure Dragon Holy, Corpse-eating Ogre Holy, and the 7th Kindred True Ancestor. Why would such bigwigs join forces to come here?" Yu Wuxian looked at the 5 powerhouses that appeared in the sky and inhaled a breath of cold air at once. Each of the 5 powerhouses that appeared in the void is a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse. Among them, the Black Azure Dragon Holy and the 7th Kindred True Ancestor are intermediate Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. The Heaven-swallowing Whale Holy is proficient in the essence of Devour and has a tyrannical fleshly body. The Dark Ogre Holy's archery is extraordinary and has even wounded Pinnacle Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. Although the Corpse-eating Ogre Holy only has a Pinnacle Junior Holy Spirit Warlock rank cultivation base, but he is ferocious and once killed a Junior Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse. With a flash of light, a teleportation light shot out from the Battle Demon Sect's floating continent and swept towards Yang Feng. Once Yang Feng is teleported to the Battle Demon Sect's floating continent, the 5 powerhouses won't dare to enter rashly. "You want to escape? Do you think it's that easy?" The 7th Kindred True Ancestor smiled indifferently and pointed with a finger, and the void distorted and distorted tens of thousands of kilometers in radius. The teleportation light entered the distorted and chaotic space and disappeared. Along with flashes of light, a swarm of battle robots flew out of the battle demon sect's floating continent like a tide and flew over. The seventh kindred true ancestor uttered with a smile, "Heaven-swallowing whale holy, I'll leave the golems to you." "No problem, but I can only hold them for an hour at most. You must take care of them within an hour. Otherwise, you'll have to bear the consequences." The heaven-swallowing whale sacred's body fluttered, and he tore through the void and flew in front of the legion of battle robots. Then, he opened his mouth and inhaled, and 10,000 battle robots were swallowed in one gulp. Terrifying spatial fluctuations filled the air, and the void was directly split in two by the sky-swallowing whale saint. Before killing the sky-swallowing whale saint, passing through the void was no different from a fool's dream. The eyes of the black azure dragon holy shimmered coldly, and he belched black dragon flames that can burn mountains, boil seas, and destroy stars sweeping towards Yangfeng. The temperature in the area 1,000 kilometers in radius rose to more than 100 degrees, and raging flames burned everywhere, as if the place has turned into a world of flames. "It's you who's going to die." Shiryu's beautiful eyes shimmered coldly, and she blurred into motion, turned into a 10,000-meter-tall stone giant, and brandished a stone axe and slashed at the black azure dragon holy. Chapter 1095. The beautiful stone giant and the black azure dragon holy saint fought wildly, and the fluctuations of power almost tore the sky apart. Each of Shiryu's strikes contains the essence of petrification. When her fearsome power touches the black azure dragon holy, the scales of the black azure dragon holy saint are petrified and turned into boulders. When the flames spewed by the black azure dragon holy saint fall on the beautiful stone giant Shiryu has transformed into, they can't be extinguished and burned the boulders on the stone giant to ashes. Angel Empress. Variant species of heaven and earth, if I can suck your blood essence dry, I may be able to advance to the advanced Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Mykelia, surrender. As long as you are willing to be my slave and blood slave, I can let Yangfeng go and let him live as my dog. The seventh true ancestor was shrouded in crimson light that condensed into dazzling crimson rings. He walked in the air like an undefeatable blood demon god, walked towards Mykelia, and said with a cold smile, "Someone like you wants to be my master? I only have one master, and that is Big Brother Yangfeng. Trash, go to hell." Mykelia's beautiful eyes shimmered coldly, and she operated the essence of speed, turned into a green ray, and shot towards the seventh true ancestor. "You're too arrogant. The essence of speed isn't invincible." The seventh true ancestor smiled and snapped his fingers. Suddenly, a dense number of bloody threads emerged and floated in the void. Mykelia, who had turned into a cyan ray of light, slammed into the blood-colored thread, which easily cut open her armor and fleshly body. A large amount of blood gushed out of Mykelia, flowed along the bloody threads, and entered the seventh true ancestor. The eyes of the seventh true ancestor shimmered with an enchanting light, and he smiled excitedly. "How wonderful! The blood of an angel emperor is really delicious. If it weren't for this era, I wouldn't have been able to drink such wonderful blood." True blood kindred powerhouses have far greater bloodline aptitude than humans. However, they were also shackled by their bloodline, and it was extremely difficult for them to reach the peak. For true ancestor rank kindred powerhouses, if they want to advance further, they must kill Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses and devour their blood essence. Only then can they break the bloodline shackles and advance further. However, even if he hunted an ordinary Holy Spirit Warlock and absorbed their blood essence, it would still be difficult for the seventh true ancestor to break through to the advanced Holy Spirit Warlock realm. Only by absorbing the blood essence of a Holy Spirit Warlock rank heaven and earth variant like the Angel Empress can she break through and advance to the advanced Holy Spirit Warlock realm in one fell swoop. Disgusting fellow! A cold glint flashed in Mykelia's eyes, and she suddenly swung her sword. Sword rays filled with a holy aura and terrifying purification power slashed at the crimson threads. The blood-red threads that were condensed from countless strange runes were purified and shattered inch by inch. The seventh true ancestor smiled faintly, then transformed into a mist of blood and disappeared. After the countless crimson threads constructed from strange runes were severed, countless crimson lights flashed, and the crimson threads condensed again. Strange crimson threads extended endlessly towards Mycelia like maggots in a tarsal bone. Your opponent is me. The corpse-eating ogre wholly smiled ferociously, opened its maw, and spat out the corpses of 3 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses. The corpses of the 3 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses and the corpse-eating ogre wholly rushed towards Yu Wuxian and fought with her. The 3 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses of the Battle Demon sect were pinned down by the 3 Dark Sky powerhouses. The eyes of the Dark Ogre Archer wholly shimmered coldly, and he equipped the Holy Grade's secret treasure Myriad Ogre's Bow, knocked a Holy Slayer arrow made from the spine of a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse, locked on Yang Feng, and erupted with a fearsome momentum. Myriad ghosts wailed, and a black ray containing myriad ghost force tore through the sky and shot towards Yang Feng. The Dark Ogre Archer wholly extracted all his power and operated the secret method Ogre Archery to fire this arrow. Containing the law of karma, it is an absolute hit. Even if it is a quasi-Empyrean rank powerhouse, if they are hit by this arrow, they will be seriously injured. If the Warlock Emperor rank powerhouse wasn't on guard and was hit by the arrow, he would also be slightly injured. Along with flashes of light, 136 Vajra rulers suddenly appeared in the void. 136 Vajra rulers holding Vajra shields resonated wildly and formed a huge Vajra shield blocking in front of Yang Feng. Boom! The Holy Slayer arrow pierced through the Vajra shield, tore apart the boundary of the 136 Vajra rulers, twisted like a snake, bypassed the 136 Vajra rulers, and shot towards Yang Feng. A frigid look in his eyes, Yang Feng's body suddenly twisted, and he desperately conjured the essence of space to distort the void, and the Holy Slayer arrow appeared in front of him. He pointed with a finger and conjured a spell of the law of karma, and the Holy Slayer arrow twisted slightly and stabbed the lightning halberds. The lightning halberd nailed to Yang Feng's chest shone with lightning, erupted with countless bolts of lightning, and slammed into the Holy Slayer arrow. The Holy Slayer arrow containing endless killing intent, which has once killed a great Holy Step powerhouse, shone with countless phantoms, and 1 Holy Spirit Warlock rank resentful souls and killing intent were purified by the lightning one after another. The 2 terrifying forces erupted in front of Yang Feng and blasted him into a bloody mess. Taking advantage of the moment when part of the lightning halberd's power was diverted away, Yang Feng swallowed 3 vials of the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence. After he swallowed the 3 vials of blood essence of the Wave Rock Lord, a fearsome life force pervaded Yang Feng's body. He operated the Eternal Soul Codex frantically and absorbed the pure life force contained in the heavenly punishment lightning to nourish his soul and strengthen his soul force. The power of lightning represented destruction, but it also represented life. Only a Holy Spirit Warlock like Yang Feng can transform lightning force into the purest life force. The Twilight God armor, which has been suppressed by the lightning halberd, shone, and devour black holes suddenly appeared and frantically devoured the terrifying power contained in the lightning halberd and the Holy Slayer arrow. A fearsome devour black hole suddenly appeared, devoured the lightning halberd and the Holy Slayer arrow, and frantically devoured the power of the 2 existences. Dark Sky, they actually sent the 5 of you here. Did they send the 5 of you here to die? Yang Feng's voice was frigid, and his gaze filled with killing intent soared into the sky. He glanced at the 5 powerhouses of Dark Sky in the sky, and killing intent soared into the sky. When the Dark Ogre Archer wholly was glanced at by Yang Feng, a chill flashed in his eyes, and he spat out a mouthful of blood essence that entered the Myriad Ogre Bow. Shadows flickered inside the Myriad Ogre Bow, and 100,000 Infinity Warlock rank, 3,000 Warlock Monarch rank, and 60 Holy Spirit Warlock rank resentful ogre souls flew out, intertwined, and formed an arrow made of Myriad Ogre. The 10,000 ghost arrows were filled with ghostly shadows, and shrill ghostly cries shook a radius of 10,000 kilometers. So long as a trace of the filthy, dark ghostly energy leaked out, It would be enough to annihilate all the living beings in a ninth-grade plane, deprive them of their vitality, and transform them into dead spirits. With a flash of black light, the myriad ogre arrow tore through the sky, appeared in front of Yang Feng, and shot towards his forehead. Shatter! A fierce ray flashed in Yang Feng's eyes, and he instantly covered his right hand with the armor of dawn. Countless runes flickered and turned into a fearsome star that slammed into the myriad ogre arrow and blasted the myriad ogre arrow that can kill a holy spirit warlock. When the myriad ogre arrow was blasted apart, ghostly shadows erupted, and resentful soul force turned into a large black fog of filth sweeping towards Yang Feng. The black hole suspended above Yang Feng's head devoured the fog of filth. How is this possible? How can he be so powerful? Stunned, the Dark Ogre Archer wholly felt a chill in his heart, and then unleashed the secret method Dark Ogre 9 transformations. His figure twisted 9 times in a row, and his speed increased each time, and he fled into the distance. The Dark Ogre Archer Holy's archery is extraordinary. Even at a distance, he can seriously injure a quasi-Empyrean rank powerhouse. However, in close combat, he is in a weak position among powerhouses of the same rank. You want to escape? Yang Feng's eyes shimmered coldly, and he flicked his finger, and the Empyrean grade secret treasure, the Bead of Time, suddenly appeared. A river of time formed from countless mysterious runes gushed out of the Bead of Time and entered the void. Yang Feng stepped on the river of time, and the time around him accelerated by 36 times. The Dark Ogre Archer wholly suddenly found that the flow of time around him slowed down by 9 times. If it wasn't for his holy step soul being unaffected by time, he wouldn't have been able to discover this anomaly. Go to hell! Almost in an instant, Yang Feng crossed the distance of 100,000 kilometers, appeared above the Dark Ogre Archer Holy, and sent a fist containing the essence of power, which evolved into a star, barreling towards the Dark Ogre Archer Holy. Layers of barriers appeared around the Dark Ogre Archer Holy, and a bronze shield suddenly appeared. When Yang Feng slammed his fist into the bronze giant shield, the frightening essence of power smashed the bronze giant shield, and then slammed into the Dark Ghost Archer Holy and blasted the latter's fleshly body into pieces. The black hole suspended above Yang Feng's head opened slightly and swallowed the Dark Ogre Archer Holy. Chapter 1096. The Devour Black Hole trembled, and the Dark Ghost Archer wholly struggled inside the Devour Black Hole. A fearsome Devour force enveloped the Dark Ghost Archer wholly and engulfed him. After a few breaths of time, the Devour Black Hole suspended above Yang Feng disappeared. The Dark Ghost Archer wholly was quelled. The Dark Ghost Archer wholly died. What a fast speed, what a fearsome fellow! The 4 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses inhaled a breath of cold air when they saw this scene. The Dark Ghost Archer wholly was a peerless powerhouse. Although he was a little weak in close combat, but he was still a genuine Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse. For such a powerhouse to die so quickly at Yang Feng's hands is simply appalling. The sky-devouring demon whale, which is entangled with countless Shizu battle robots, fluttered, tore through the sky, and flew towards the depths of the sky, abandoning its 3 companions without hesitation. The 7th true ancestor spread a pair of blood wings and flapped them, and light shone, tore through the sky, and he flew towards the sky. The Dark Azure Dragon opened its mouth and spat out a crimson demonic dragon that pounced on Shiryu. The Dark Azure Dragon's body swayed, and it transformed into a black ray of light that flew into the void. Bastard! The Corpse Eater Holy's eyes flashed fiercely and he roared. His body fluttered, countless runes shone, and he sucked the Holy Spirit Warlock rank corpses into his mouth, and then turned into a stream of light and flew towards the sky. You want to escape? It won't be that easy. Void Seal. Yu Wuxian's beautiful eyes flickered coldly, and she silently recited an incantation and pointed at the sky. Countless runes suddenly appeared, attracted the spatial force between heaven and earth, sealed the void, suppressed heaven and earth, and sealed the Corpse Eater Ogre Sage in the void. In terms of combat power, Yu Wuxian is far from being a match for heaven and earth variants such as Shiryu and Mykelia. However, she has mastered many mysterious spells, and Void Seal is one of them. Open. A fierce gleam flashed in the eyes of the corpse-eater ogre sage. With a roar, he stabbed into the void with his claws and tore wildly. Countless runes flickered in the void, setting off ripples, and the corpse-eater ogre sage ripped open a huge rift. With a flash of light, Shiryu appeared in front of the corpse-eater ghostly sage and threw a punch at it. Countless dark ghosts emerged from the claws of the corpse-eating holy sage, as countless strange ghosts flew out from the claws and surged towards Shiryu like a tide, wanting to devour Shiryu. Shiryu punched out, and the terrifying petrification ultimacy tore through the sky. Wherever the light passed, the ghosts were turned into stone statues, falling from the sky and shattering. After tearing the countless evil spirits apart with a single strike, Shiryu punched out once more. The corpse-eater ogre sage barely raised its claws to block. Then, under the bombardment of the fearsome force, it fell from the sky and spewed out a large mouthful of blood. Strange runes extended along the body of the corpse-eater ogre sage and frantically eroded it. After a few breaths of time, a small half of the body of the corpse-eater ogre sage was petrified. The countenance of the corpse-eater ogre sage changed dramatically, and it belched Holy Spirit Warlock rank corpses that attacked Shiryu. Mykelia operated the essence of speed, turned into a cyan ray of light, and entered the void. In an instant, she appeared in front of the seventh true ancestor and slashed at him with her sword. "You're courting death." The eyes of the seventh true ancestor shimmered fiercely, and he spread the fingers of a hand, and blood flames formed from burning blood swept towards Mykelia. Mykelia slashed out with her sword, and the brilliant light of purification pierced into the blood flames. The two sides intertwined and cancelled each other out. A river of time flew out of the void and swept towards the seventh true ancestor. The seventh true ancestor's speed suddenly slowed down by 9 times. Originally, there was not much of a difference in strength between the seventh true ancestor and Mykelia. But now, he suddenly stopped. Mykelia burst out with dazzling holy light and slashed at the seventh true ancestor's force field with her sword, which tore through the sky and slashed at the seventh true ancestor's body. The endless purifying light was like the most terrifying poison, purifying the seventh true ancestor's body inch by inch. Yang Feng emerged from the river of time and stabbed with the God-Slayer dagger into the remnant body of the seventh true ancestor. Countless runes emerged from the God-Slayer dagger and enveloped the seventh true ancestor. A mist of blood flew from all directions and converged on the seventh true ancestor, preventing him from escaping. Fear flashed in the eyes of the seventh true ancestor, and he roared wildly, "Stop, Yang Feng! Do you want to have an irreconcilable enmity with us true blood kindred? An irreconcilable enmity, then an irreconcilable enmity." Yang Feng smiled coldly and pointed with a finger on the forehead of the seventh true ancestor, and countless mysterious runes appeared, entered the seventh true ancestor, and sealed him. A bronze coffin suddenly appeared, and a green ray flew out from the bronze coffin, swept towards the seventh true ancestor, and pulled him into the bronze coffin. After suppressing the seventh true ancestor, Yang Feng looked into the distance and saw that the two Holy Spirit Warlock rank existences, the Black Azure Dragon Holy and the Heaven-Swallowing Whale Holy, have already escaped. As strong as Yang Feng is, he can't find the location of the Black Azure Dragon Holy and the Heaven-Swallowing Whale Holy. Yang Feng's gaze swept the area and fell on the Corpse-Eater Ogre Holy. The Corpse-Eater Ogre Holy, who is entangled with Yu Wuxian and Shiryu, suddenly felt a hair-raising premonition of danger. The face of the Corpse-Eater Ogre Holy changed dramatically, and he screamed wildly, "Yang Feng, let me go. I swear that from now on I will never oppose you. At the same time, I will give you 3 springs of immortality. Moreover, as long as I see people from the Battle Demon sect, I will retreat 3,000 kilometers. Idiot, you want to move me with these conditions? You're too naive. As long as I suppress you, your wealth will be in my pocket." His eyes cold and flashing with contempt, Yang Feng treaded on air and pressed towards the Corpse-Eater Ogre Holy. The combat power of the Corpse-Eater Ogre Holy is only slightly higher than that of Yu Wuxian. If Yang Feng joins the battle, he will definitely die. The corpse-eater ogre wholly roared at the top of his lungs. Skydark, I can give you information about the Skydark in exchange. In the Skydark, there is a terrorist organization with 3 Warlock Emperor rank old monsters. If you dare to kill me, they will never let you off. Yang Feng's eyes flashed with ridicule. Idiot, how can it be so easy for Warlock Emperor rank powerhouses to act? If they could wake up, they would have already suppressed the Wave Rock Lord. How could they let the Wave Rock Lord come to this universe? In the world of Warlocks, Warlock Emperor rank old monsters are sleeping in the long river of time, waiting for the best time to wake up. It's difficult for them to wake up. If any old monster wakes up, they must pay a terrible price. If some old monsters who have been seriously eroded by time wake up, their soul will immediately decay, and they will turn into ashes and die. When the Wave Rock Lord forcibly crossed the universe and got stuck in a universe rift, that was when he was at his weakest. If those Warlock Emperor rank old monsters could freely come to this universe, they would have already appeared, blown up the Wave Rock Lord, and collected his fleshly body, blood essence, and souls. The reason why Yang Feng was able to successfully refine the Empyrean Grade's secret treasure god Armor of Dawn in the Holy Spirit Warlock realm is 50% due to the Wave Rock Lord's blood essence. Otherwise, he would have been blasted to pieces by the tribulation lightning. The corpse-eater ogre Holy's knees softened, and he knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Yang Feng. Yang Feng, spare my life. As long as you spare my life, I'm willing to serve you. Then I'll think about it. With a cold look in his eyes, Yang Feng strangely appeared behind the corpse-eater ogre Holy, extended a finger, and pointed at the back of the corpse-eater ogre Holy's head. A cold ray flashed in the corpse-eater ogre Holy's eyes, then a deathly still ogre eye formed from 9 demonic eyes suddenly appeared and looked at Yang Feng. A deathly still light that can kill a Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouse shot towards Yang Feng. I knew you wouldn't give in so easily. A cold voice sounded behind the corpse-eater ogre Holy, and a huge hand covered in the god Armor of Dawn slammed into the deathly still ogre eye. The deathly still ogre eye collapsed in an instant, and the corpse-eater ogre Holy issued a miserable scream, and a copious amount of filthy blood turned into strange corpse-eating insects that flew in all directions. The corpse-eating insects are the life origin of the corpse-eater ogre Holy. As long as one of them escapes, he can live. Sure, you sent a fist flying, and light of petrification enveloped the world. Illuminated by the light of petrification, the corpse-eating insects were petrified and turned into stones that flew towards her lily-white hand. Yang Feng smiled coldly, extended his hand into the void, and grabbed a fat corpse-eating insect hidden in the void. Countless runes entered the insect and sealed it. Heavenly Dark's 5 Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses besieged Yang Feng. 1 died, 2 fled, and 2 were suppressed. How terrifying! Yang Feng has become more powerful and terrifying than before. That looks like a lightning tribulation. Yang Feng actually refined an Empyrean Grade secret treasure in the Holy Spirit Warlock realm? That's heaven-defying. When the Holy Spirit Warlock rank powerhouses who have just arrived saw this scene, their hearts filled with shock. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.